The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a zero becomes a one, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear gaming monitor.
Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the WE Black Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege Season 3, powered by LG Ultragear in association with ACD Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games The Shop. I am your host, Blackjack, joining me with my co-host Sam and Foxy as we are here for the third game of Day 1 of Division 1 in Season 3. E-Samurai Esports will be taking on Union Gaming. Both of these teams are actually teams we've seen before. Not just by name, of course. Union Gaming is actually, the current roster of Union Gaming is actually formerly Quantum G1. They were picked up by the Union Gaming org, and here they are. The entire roster, for that matter, as far as I can see. And E-Samurai Esports, to the best of my knowledge, is actually what was formerly known as Hoffen Esports as well. So, lots of roster changes and team pickups happening left, right, and center. It's like open season out there, but that's a good thing. It always changes up what teams have what players, different people when they get to play with different teams. It changes up the dynamic, different new sort of ways of playing the game arise, and it can be quite fun to view from the perspective of casters and viewers. But coming back to the match itself, of course, we are on Coastline and already in the ban phase. We've got a Blackbird ban, which is alrighty, but there is a Twitch ban, which is a very targeted ban because we instantly saw Sparko be a little upset in the all chat. Meanwhile, we've got a meter ban back here as well on the side of the defenders, a fairly standard affair there. And finally, of course, the last defender to be banned is actually the Maestro. All right. Maestro, you don't really see him get banned a whole lot, despite how good of an operator he is, primarily because Maestro won because of his Alda. LMG on defense, that was always going to be pretty powerful, but the Alda with its fire rate and its almost non-existent recoil, yeah, that gun is really strong. And of course, his Evil Eyes and everything else that he can bring is just way too strong, if you ask me. But enough of operator analysis. I lost myself right there. Let's have a look at both of the rosters right here. From the side of E-Samurai Games, we've got Pakthun Kid, Lockdown, Killen, Fankel, and Buckers. And from the side of Union Gaming, we've got Sparko, Jittery, EX7 Beat, and I could not read that last name before we were in the loading screen, but it is Poseidon. Well, looks like Kitchen is the first site to be defended right here from the side of Union Gaming. And we are underway with the match itself. And once again, EX7, we know this play from him all the time. The Valkyrie with the MP, with the MPX and the Black Eye cameras. Taking information and using it to get as many kills as possible. It's one of the most favorite type of plays I've seen for me personally in the WE Black Esports Club League, and I do look forward to him. Stumbling over my words quite a bit today, but I do look forward to seeing more of those plays. Of course, we do also have Sparko playing the Goyo, Jittery playing the Jaeger, always required. You pretty much always want a Jaeger these days. Beat playing the Mute, another operator which seems to have become really popular. And of course, Legion, we all know exactly why he's popular. Kitchen window's already open, and EX7, I don't think he was all too aware that kitchen window was already open, but thankfully he managed to run past that without getting taken down by Lockdown. A C4 comes out from Sparko, is going to find Killen, and that is going to get things underway. And the Jaeger's here in luggage. Did Bucker's not hear the window being open? Clearly not, because Jittery was able to get that kill way too easily, and that has put E-Samurai Esports was on a 3v5, now it's a 3v4, as the Nomad has found Jittery. That's the refrag onto the Jaeger. 3 versus 4 situation right now. E-Samurai Esports still slightly on the back foot, but the early game has been quite interesting, to say the least. Fankel holding down the white stairs by the corridor outside of Penthouse Theater, while IQ, I think she's in there already inside of Penthouse as well. Just droning it out, using the RD to find Defender utility inside a site, and Paktoon Kid is going to be joining him as well in there. So overall, yeah, they have to regroup slightly, rethink how they want to push this, and of course they're trying to find if there's any... Okay, no, they're just trying to set up the air jabs of Nomad in this vicinity to make sure that anybody who gets the bright idea of coming up white stairs gets blown to infinity and beyond. Vertical lines of sight, I believe, are being established by IQ on the other end in towards VIP, I believe anyway. EX7 making some lines of sight as Poseidon has found a comfortable spot inside of Sunrise Bar, just sitting here facing the Goyo shield for himself. There we go. Pings are coming out on the ceiling of sight, and a drone has spotted Poseidon inside of Sunrise. He's got to be... Wait, did that spot him? Now it hasn't. Oh, the shots come out from the window that was broken right next to him. Fankel finding that kill onto Poseidon really quickly right there, as some other shots come out from offices. I believe that is the Goyo inside of offices. That's Sparko right there. And, of course, the shots that he fired has given away his position. Fankel's watching that very, very... he's holding that down for the time being. Nope, actually he is moved out. So never mind, I was completely wrong. IQ, lockdown, just using those vertical lines of sight with the breach charges that he had in his inventory. Fankel's actually going for the plant already inside of kitchen from the looks of things. Will he be able to get away with it? Looks like he might, just because Beat can't exactly push up because of the vertical angle that's been made. And oh, there you go. Fankel's managed to get the plant off and get away with it. Beat's pushed up. Lockdown, unfortunately, has a disconnect at the worst possible time. But Paktoon Kid takes on Sparko in the meanwhile. 2 versus 2 in a post-plant situation. Shots are being fired by EX7. He's trying to find where this Nomad is, but he won't be able to just yet. Fankel is also trying to find whoever is going for the run-out right there. That seems to be the mute. Yes, it is, but still not dead. Will he be taken down? Yes, he will. Beat goes down. It's all down to EX7 with so little time left in his hands. He's got to go for the counter defuse or bust right now, and doesn't look like he can do either. He's inside the kitchen. He has to go for the kills, but there's an air jab, and the peak is going to come in any second now. It has, but he's still not confirmed onto. Fankel is down, but the Nomad is still alive. He's going to go for the jump out. No, he won't. He doesn't have any time. And Samurai Esports are going to win round 1 by defusing the bomb. Looks like we're also going to be going into a rehost really quickly because, of course, lockdown. We did see him on a VIP get disconnected at a pretty bad time, considering everything. But still, it worked out for Samurai Games, so no harm, no foul. But they do want him back in the lobby, so we are going to be having a rehost really, really quickly. So we will be right back from this rehost. Stay tuned, everyone. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the game between eSamurai Games and Union Gaming on the map of Coastline, and the score currently stands, of course, at 1-0 because right in towards the back end of the first round, lockdown from eSamurai had a bit of an issue with a disconnection, so we had to go for a rehost, unfortunately, and we are back nice and quickly into the match itself. And round two will be underway very shortly. Looks like we're going to first floor kitchen once again from the side of Union Gaming, former Quantum G1. And we see the 6-pick come up from Buckers out of the Jackal into the Zofia.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Round two is going to be underway. There we go. Impacts are already flying all over the place as EX7 making his way up to the second floor for whatever reason. But I do have to ask, Foxy, how does it feel to look at Union Gaming, look at the name eSamurai Esports up there, right? And then you look at the players, and I'm pretty sure you have this right now as well, that your mind defaults back to the name they used to have, which like it's doing that for me. Like my mind defaults back to the name they used to have, Quantum G1 and Hoffen Esports, and I stutter for a bit. Does that happen to you as well?
Oh, yes, it does. In fact, it's been a force of habit. Even you see me get confused between mocking ninjas and doing super. That is still back all the way back in Division 3. And in fact, these teams, I've been calling them Quantum G1 for a little too long now. So definitely, it's going to be that sweet time that I'll be taking, and I think we both will be taking into. We'll just be taking that time to adjust to the new names. But Union Gaming are definitely rocking that UG suffix in their names as well. While I still don't know why eSamurai Esports has got themselves a ESM. I'm not sure why there's an M. It's just confusing to me. But I've actually had time to catch up a few ranked games yesterday with the players of ESM. So yeah, apparently the M in ESM stands for Murai. It's E. Sam Murai, you know. Anyways, Pakhtun K will be flashing himself. That's a miss flash coming in from him. As looks like he's entered the all chat mode. Yeah, this will be meeting his demise actually, as EX7 will be here to find somebody else. I'm not sure who that was, who just straight up walked in and got the frag onto the Jaeger. But look at this, there's a bad spot that the Echo is going to be found in. He does notice another drone, but there's so many places that he's getting shot out from. He's just going to fall back down the hatch. Anyways, the Ash is still going to find him, and the pistol comes in to finish the kill. The kill's coming out left side and center as Union Gaming are just not able to stand up against what these Samurai Esports have brought to the table. They'll still be seeing B play all the way on the side of the blue bar, while Sparko will be on side. He's got one more impact to his credit, as I was about to say, and he'll claim a life as well to that. That's a lockdown. Gone and done and dusted, in fact. Oh boy, Sparko comes up with a really ballsy castle barricade. In fact, we'll still be seeing Frank will spot somebody out. I'm not sure who that is. And that is going to be Sparko. He gets lit up, almost dead, in fact. 1 HP left, and the man beat will be holding down once again solo inside. The hatch drop down onto Hookah. He's going to get spotted out, and the disorientation from the breach shot is being placed right above him. Is at least going to hinder off his attention a little bit. I'll still be seeing so much trauma being done from the side of the attackers that is giving away so much information as well. We'll still be seeing Sparko on this flank. He's going to get a frag, and that is the equalizer as well on the man count. Beat will be all the way inside the reception area. He's watching in fact, he's actually watching the hallway angle in case somebody decides to walk in from the kitchen doorway, and that is going to be Buckers in just a moment. 15 seconds left, and the execute should come in any time now. The Beat using that angle perfection. Oside will be watching this angle, and he'll be winning that fight as well. Pakhtun Kid won't survive that, as Beat is here once again on a very influential play from the Goyo. Gets himself the double kill towards the end of this match, and more than that, towards the end of this round. That was very important to make it out of. Union Gaming definitely could not survive the beginning of the round, but they made sure they salvaged the best of it towards the end. With that being said, we'll be proceeding to round 3.
Round 3 is on the cards right here, and of course 1-1 is the scoreline off the back of that beautiful play towards the end from Union Gaming. And yeah, as Foxy said, early game they were kind of on the back foot, but then they started taking attackers down one by one. And when it came down to the end scramble right there, they came out the victors, just having better positions and not being taken out, unawares from an angle that they would have been caught out from otherwise. So well played to them, and of course, Union Gaming, excuse me,
Defenders,
Samurai
protect your bombs from being
Esports,
defused by attackers.
they gave it their try, but it's only the early game, and 1-1, it's not much of an indicator of what might happen in the later game, at least until we get to half point, that is round 7 roll swap. We won't exactly know where this game could potentially be headed. Again, that's primarily because this is Rainbow Six, and predicting how rounds are going to go in Rainbow Six Siege is actually quite the difficult task. Speaking of things that, may not have been in people's predictions, of course, Union Gaming have opted to go for the Blue and Sunrise Bar site on the first floor. A site you don't really see a whole lot of when it comes to Coastline, but then again, when it comes to Coastline, you see Penthouse even less than this site. And we have seen Union Gaming come here before. When I say Union Gaming, I mean when they were Quantum G1 and EX7. There you go. That's the Valkyrie plays he's known for. The run out with the camera usage, and he's going to take down the Ash. Paktoon Kid is off the board, and that camera, of course, the black eye cam that he just used is still alive. I think that was the bathroom hatch next to Penthouse that was just destroyed on the second floor. So that's the entryway drop for the attackers into this area. There you go. Droning's already happening. As Hookadek is also being pushed by a couple of attackers. That's Lockdown and Fankel right here. But will they be able to find anybody? Lockdown's really lit up right now from the defender on blue stairs. And as the Zofia pushes up, they're going to try and get these roamers off the board before they can do anything about the anchors inside a site. Sparko's taking a little bit of damage, nothing too major for him to really, worry about. EX7 will be a little worried about being less than half HP. It's not particularly ideal, but he can still win gunfights off of that. Lockdown, however, has to be really careful because he is very, very, very low. 15 probably HP to the man, but he's still using his RD scanner to find whatever little bits of... Oh, okay. A C4 came out from Beat, but unfortunately would not find anybody in that particular area as Sparko makes a bit of a rotate inside of Blue Bar with one of his impacts. Oh, there we go. We've got that visual bug again. Where oh, this visual bug is so weird. This it basically just weapons, gadgets just disappear from the hands of the operators. It just looks weird. There's a whole just anyhow. Shots are being fired all over the map. Looks like Lockdown is fighting Jittery inside a first floor bathroom right now, but not winning. As Jittery's got another fight to deal with. Sparko's going to take down Lockdown. Finally, the IQ goes down, making it a 3 versus 5 right now. That Samurai Esports have to deal with the Nomad in a first floor main lobby. Will he be taken down by Jittery right here? He's just going to go for the peek. He's going to take one down. Will he take another down? No, he won't. He decides not to peek it. In the meanwhile, EX7 was killed as well. Shots are still being fired as Killen is trying to find whichever defender is around his vicinity, but not to no avail. As a breach charge goes out by the Zofia, that's Buckers in pool entrance, but he sees the shield in front of him. He knows that there are the walls are shock wired. He's got to be pretty careful here, but with no time, he's got to push, and there we go. He's taken down. It's all down to Hebana in a 1 versus 4. Will he find anything? No, he won't. He'll be taken down instead, and that is Sparko to finish things off for Union Gaming on round 3. And that will, of course, put Union Gaming in the lead, 2-1.
Now, very scout push coming in from the side of ESM. That I don't really think they had a common objective in mind. There's so much going on, getting the control overturned onto Hookah. Then they had the rotate all the way onto the side in the main lobby, try to make their way through the double door, but they've already lost enough man count. Even if they made that push successfully happen, it had to be a little more crossfire dependent. But that was something that was lacking from the side of the attacking team. Once again, it just not work out for them. There's so many things happening all at once. The Zofia and the Hibana towards the end of the match, they're very, very scattered, in fact, while the push was happening from the Swanador, and the other attackers was all the way on the side of reception. But
By attackers.
at least that out of the way, we'll be seeing Union Gaming pick out a good advantage that they were secured for themselves. And EX7, actually, he happens to bounce off his cam as still the prep phase is not done. As that is the area you'll still have to wait for your prep phase to be over. Still be seeing Union Gaming though picking up the pace here, getting themselves another round on board, and 2-1 is going to be the scoreline. But the real question is for how long will they be able to maintain that advantage? I will find that out in just a moment as we are up and running with round 4. Poseidon comes up with a bandit battery being placed right above the hatch. We've seen Kira Esports do something in the sorts of this. Obviously, Hibana is banned and Kaid is into play as well. But looks like that is what we'll be seeing Union Gaming attempt that as of now. Yep, looks like Killen will be spotting his fellow attacker on the drone. He's just going to have a quick look on it. Just fall back. Fankel will be making his way on. Right, he's going to be opening the Swana door first. He wants to make his way inside Sunrise. Possibly spotting out the Jaeger. That is going to be Jittery, who's playing downstairs. He does spot the drone indeed, and now he knows that the push is imminent from the side of the attackers. He's just going to fall back. No, he's choosing to still sweep this.
Been located.
He's a little careful though. He's got to be more than careful. In fact, Sparko will be noticing not enough drone. So many drones are coming out from the side of ESM. So EX7 will be the one who goes for a really worthy peak here. He's not going to find anybody, but at least his possession does get given away. Jittery is going to face the heat from Paktoon Kid, as that's the Ash into play. The R4C will rip apart the Jaeger's head, at least for now. The carbine not being used to perfection. In fact, Jittery takes the fall. It did fall back though, but just not something that he could use in his advantage. And speaking of advantage, Buckers will be securing that for his team. Sparko goes down again, and that is another defender off the board. EX7 will be still on the roam. He's all the way onto the side of Pet House, while the Aquarium is being held by Poseidon all by himself, and he's got the 7 in hand. He's the bandit. I think he's got the C4 as well. Yes, he does. That means that gives him all the while more utility to work with. There's still 2 C4s in play, and mind you, 3 smoke canisters. That is going to be something that can change the tides around in this match, and more than that in this map up. 1 minute left, and we're still seeing defenders try and find some advantage that they can gain through, and more than that, us just slit that they can walk through, as ESM have been amazing with their advantage. And look at that, the advantage being secured all the way more in the favor of attackers. Frankel is going to drop a quick headshot on another defender. Then we Poseidon, he does get spotted out all the way from luggage. He's got to play this right because he's not got more than enough utility to hold on all by himself. He doesn't notice he's playing over there, but B is going to get a frag and Poseidon will do another headshot. It's all around beat. Bandit comes up with the smoke and a very influential frag coming in from the smoke there. That was all the way on the side of the balcony of on the Zofia. In fact, if that wouldn't have come in, the bandit was already toast by the moment. Killen making his way through there, but Poseidon is already flipping apart the attack as they're not able to find the bandit, who's got himself a nice shield. But just speak about it, they'll be locked down to chime in and get that frag for himself. It's all out to beat. He doesn't find that first frag. Even Samurai Esports walk away with the round 4. And look at this, the equalizer comes from the attackers. And a nice shot gets dropped in chat. Oh boy, that is indeed a nice shot. A really nice one indeed from the side. Hibana will be proceeding to round 5. Nobody's favored. What a match that we're getting to witness from the side of ESM. They're standing up, and mind you, they've made their way back from Division 2 this time around. They had a little bit of a fallback towards the end of Season 1. They happened to spend their entirety of their time on Division 2 in Season 2, but now staying on top of the leaderboard in Division 2 as well. They're here, and they're here to dominate. A really good play from the attackers, but it only stands to see on who's going to be the victor towards the end of this match as we proceed to round 5.
Absolutely right there. Both of these teams are fighting for it all, even if it may be their first games in season 3, it really doesn't matter because if you just being on top of your game from the very get-go is something that matters quite a bit when it comes to Rainbow Six. It's not always possible, of course, to be on top of your game right from the get-go, but with enough practice, with enough sessions put in, scrims and whatnot, you can be. Any team can be, for that matter. And if both...
Oh yeah, just something I wanted to point out on the fact that
Absolutely.
the way the scores look right now, 2-2 equalized, right? In fact, the community poll as well on the Instagram of the Esports Club for these teams, Matchday, was as well a 50% to 50% ratio. So the teams are definitely happening to, or the community, in fact, are very good with the decision, knowing exactly how tough, how close these matches are going to be, and more than that, we need to acknowledge a very, very obvious and a very common fact that it does happen to be a 50-50 poll from the community, but somebody's got to be the victor. Let us see who's going to be that. Kicking off round 5, Blackjack, the mic is yours.
Thank you for that insight into the polls, Foxy, and I'll have to keep my eyes on that myself in future because that is some pretty crucial information for fan favorites. IQ is going to find one of EX7's cameras and take them out accordingly, and there we go, more utilities for the IQ to just gobble up with each passing bullet and detection. But unfortunately, that ADS and that other gadget that she's spotting will not be subject to be taken out, unfortunately, because, of course, they are on a hard surface. Drone comes out from the IQs, just making sure that the path ahead of him is nice and clear. But we do have, is that a vertical angle being played by, oh, that is Sparko, the Wamai, I believe. And Beat is also playing a bit of vertical angle. That is the drone hole inside of the pink couch area of a billiards room. Poseidon's also there, so he could use that angle if so need be, because Beat has rotated back towards Hookah for the time being, as the E-Samurai are just droning away, and Paktun Kid has already made his way towards the 90 hallway. Will he find one? He's going to shoot at him, but no, Jittery will get away with his life, and not a whole lot of damage done from the R4C of the Ash. Pushing into luggage is the Nomad. We just saw her go by as Paktun Kid is holding down the stairs from the looks of things. And there we go. Buckers is already here on the terrace rappel as well. Just holding down the angle into Hookah as looks like a vertical play is also happening. And there we go. Frankel is actually going to be finding Sparko. And that is the Wamai of the board. Pretty big kill right there as Beat is trying to make some bullet hole peeks for himself all the way out towards. No, he's actually going to be taken out. And Killin is going to take EX7 as well. What is happening? Union Gaming are falling apart right now. E-Samurai have completely shut them down so far. But there's still Jittery and Poseidon left. And you can never count Union Gaming out even if there's only 2 people left alive. It's the German Brothers show right now for Union Gaming, and whether or not they'll be able to pull this one off remains to be seen. No, one goes down, that's the Jaeger off, and there goes the Bandit. Lockdown with a double kill to finish things will give ESM a flawless round on round 5, putting them in the lead 3-2. And Killen in the alt chat apparently almost cried seeing whatever EX7 was doing.
Not sure what EX7 was doing there, but that was indeed a nice shot from the IQ towards the end of the round. The flick from to the Jaeger and then all towards the Bandit. In fact, even the proximity in terms of how the shot went down, it just felt nice to look at that shot from the commander. We usually don't get to see a lot of commando plays now that the LMG has an angle, but it was nice. It was a good shot. To see that with all Siege fanboys towards the end of the day. So ESM definitely bringing the guns alive on the board. They're getting a really good man count established and perfectly taking the advantage that they have for themselves on the attack of coastline. And something we've got to point out is the way they've been prioritizing their push is that there's so much that they're overwhelming the defenders with. Is they're not having exactly a great time. Even on site, even the people, or rather the defenders that happen to be adjacent to the site as well, crucial anchor points like the one that we saw happen in Aquarium. Then another one happens to be all the way on the side of the VIP area as well. There's so many angles that you just got to watch out for. Blackjack, any thoughts on how ESM has managed to throw off the defenders perfectly?
Well, I would definitely like to say that this is something that we have seen from ESM before, especially like not just back when they were Hoff in Esports, right? Even now as E-Samurai, they're doing fairly the same thing. It's just they're taking the intel that they need and executing on it as fast as possible, winning their gunfights, and also having that one player at the odd angle where you probably aren't expecting him to push through. And even if you are, he's just got this. He's just got a peak that is superior. Oh, EX7 takes a bit of damage in the meanwhile from Sparko's Super Shorty. I think it was the Super Shorty anyway. But yeah, E-Samurai. Oh, there we go. Paktoon Kid has already taken on Sparko. I just talked about him and he's dead. And okay, really quickly right now, the Ash is on blue stairs, burning away an ADS. And just chilling on cool upstairs for now. Shots being fired in his general direction by Beat, but not much coming out just yet. A Nomad charge goes off onto blue stairs just to make sure that nobody gets the bright idea of flanking from there. As, yeah, just like I said, you know, that initial kill comes out very quickly from them. Either that or they hold off and get the intel they need before making someone rush in. And whenever they start to push towards site, it's always coordinated. There's always 2 people or 3 people for that matter, depending on where they're pushing, whether or not it's close to site or not. And they always bounce off each other very well. Now, not to say that Union Gaming doesn't. Union Gaming, former Quantum G1, they do all of that very well. Oh, in the meanwhile, Fankel's going to take down Jittery as well. That is the Jaeger of the board. And once again, Yuji not looking too hot right now. But Beat, EX7, and Poseidon are still alive. And we all know how terribly terrifying all the members of Union Gaming former Quantum G1 can be. Now, this is where it comes to what E-Samurai has been doing, but this is also where Union Gaming can shine very well because of the way they play. They like to take their gunfights. They're not afraid to do it, and they're not afraid to bounce off of, say, the death of a teammate. As we see Beat right here, he might just be taken down. Yes, actually, he will be in the hallway by the IQ, but what ESM is doing right now is they're shutting down any potential retakes, refrags for that matter, as Buckers took down EX7 right there. It's all down to Poseidon, and as you can see, there's no... Nope, he takes down the Ash. I'll just save that point for the time being. Paktoon Kid goes down to the MP5K, but no! There is the kill from Killen onto Poseidon, and as the Wamai falls, ESM are looking really sharp right now, completely shutting down Union Gaming for a few rounds straight, going into roll swap 4-2 in the lead.
So definitely just killing everybody. A really nice round coming in from the side of ESM there. And more importantly, something I've got to point out to everybody watching and for ourselves a little bit of a statistic as well, is that so far in the entirety of the league, we've had Quantum G1, that is, their name was before until today, Union Gaming now. So I'm just going to say Union Gaming as of now, just for the better understanding of everybody watching, is the fact that Quantum G1 / Union Gaming, they've had quite the run for 2 seasons. They've been the champions of Division 1. Nobody to even challenge them. There was only 1 loss record on board for them, mind you. That is against Demon's Force, and that was all the way back in Season 1. They've gone unbeatable in Season 2. And look at this. We're starting off in Season 3, and they stand at a massive disadvantage. They stand at a 4-2, not looking good. It's definitely something that ESM has come prepared for. And more than that, this is a really destructive start for the side of ESM for themselves as well. They are bringing all the guns alive, everything that they want to. And more than that, a very coordinated attack that we got to see from them in those 4 rounds that they put on board. Really well played by ESM. Definitely, there's nobody that can deny the fact on how amazing ESM has played the last 4 rounds for themselves that they've put on board. And more than that, Season 3 couldn't get much better as they brought out guns live, they come on guns blazing against the former defending champions of the TEC WD Black Esports Club League. Nobody to challenge them except until today. That is something I'm gonna be saying even if we see Union Gaming walk away with this comeback. Because it's been such an amazing show from the side of E-Samurai Esports.
A bomb has been located.
Right, the top floor roam is coming in from the side of Paktoon Kid, and I think that is Killen. Yes, it is. He's going to be on the top of white stairs while we still do have a Paktoon Kid all the way on side. He's going to be holding the 90 all the way. I get it, all right. there's some standard stuff being done, but I don't think there's enough reinforcements for my man to have himself the insurance or more than that, have himself the advantage that he could take. As that is exactly what I was speaking about. EX7 will just be firing away his entire mag, trying to find an angle for himself. As I saw the positioning of Union Gaming looking very good in terms of how they want to take the top floor control. Sparko will be running the IQ of all operators as the Twitch is being banned, mind you. It's a very targeted ban coming in, but Pakhtunkid is just going to run out from the white window. He gets himself some from his teammates as well as they open up the barricade for him from just to walk back in. And what is going on? Union Gaming definitely not understanding that read in fact, that came in from Pakhtunkid. He just does that definitely. That was definitely a bizarre run out, but something that you can also take an advantage of, most definitely, because I mean, if you're not expecting it, the enemies not expected either. A really nice maneuver coming in from the man himself, and we'll be seeing Beat take the fall for it. That means they don't have the Hibana anymore. A Valkyrie camp does get spotted out. That means the C4s will be a little tougher to land, but no, let's speak about it. Killen comes up with a C4 and Poseidon goes down. So no more of those such a water god plays from Poseidon anymore. It's gonna take the fall off of a destructive start for the defensive side for Samurai Games, but I'll be seeing Jittery at least try and bring back the man count here. He's gonna take a frag, and Jittery will also get another from the Claymore. That is a dormant kill for the man, but at least that's a kill. The aggression being countered straight up, but look at there's only 20 seconds that is left for the boys to make this push happen. That is the attackers. They'll be making this push any moment now. It's Parko, Jittery, other ones on the doorway of Service Centers. They make the push inside. Platters going down. There's nobody to challenge this either. Wait, where is everybody? They've actually gone for a retake on the top. Whereas Pakhtunkid is making a way from inside the hallway. He's going to meet up with Jittery. He's going to lose that gunfight. It's all down to Fankul. But where is the man? He's on top. He's going to get caught up by EX7 as well, who was hiding a little too close inside the side of VIP. A retake attempt that was indeed turned out to be a failed attempt, and Union Gaming walk away with that round that started off in the advantage. On more than that, a fair advantage of E-Samurai, Esports, EX7 converts the last and the final kill for that round. And we'll be seeing ourselves head into round 8, where 4-3 is the scoreline, still in the favor of ESM.
Well then, that round is certainly one of those rounds where you get to see why the former Quantum G1 current Union Gaming is one of those teams where you really cannot discount them, count them out after getting a couple, maybe 2 or 3 kills onto their roster. You have to take each and every single one of them down as fast as you can, or or with as little refract potential as you can, shutting them down as quickly, as efficiently as possible if you want to have a chance of winning against them. Buckers went for the 6-pick out of the smoke into the Rook. I believe that is what I saw. Not very interesting indeed to trade out the smoke for the big Frenchman. But coming back onto Kitchen, maybe he wants to go roaming with Rook. I don't know. Maybe he wants to conform to the meme. Certainly would be interesting. But outside of that, of course, Lockdown is playing the Echo, and the rest of the team is the same. But yeah, when it comes to Union Gaming, you cannot rest easy with any one of their players alive, and that's where eSamurai has been doing a good job so far. They've managed to shut down Union Gaming's refract potential on more than one occasion, systematically taking them down one by one. It's always a 2-man push or a 3-man push, always enough droning, always the intel that they need. And is Pakhtunkid lagging slightly? I believe he is, because that impact came out far too late for when the throw happened. But yeah, outside of that, yeah, that's why eSamurai are currently, they may be 1 round in the lead, but still, they are in the lead. They did go 4-2 into row swap, and that counts for a lot when it's up against the current Union game. This is gonna be a pain to actually say, because Union Gaming before this, the old team was completely different to the roster they have right now. Anyway, Buckers in pool entrance. He's gonna break the window. Will he find somebody? He's gonna see the Hibana light her up quite a bit, but Beat is still alive, and the Heart Breacher is still... Oh, Jittery is actually going to find Locked in enemy one. Poseidon is actually going for the plant. Jittery is low on HP, but Poseidon might just get the plant off. Jittery goes down to Buckers, and there we go. The plant is off nice and quickly on to the door of service entrance. CX7 takes Fankel down, but Beat goes down to Killin in the meanwhile. And what has even happened? It's a 3v3 in a post-plant retake right now. All down to Killin, Paktoon Kid, and Buckers to try and do something about this. As a Nomad charge went off somewhere else on the map, another one goes off. Paktoon Kid is going to be downed. Killin and Buckers have to do something about the situation they're in. Buckers goes down as well. It's all now to Killin in a 1v2 right now. EX7 has been down, but he might just be revived nice and quickly, which would leave him in a 1v3 situation with so little time and too much to do with no time at all. In fact, the time is going to take away for the counter defuse, and all he can do right now is salvage whatever pride he can. As Sparko's going to go for the prone peak, and he will get him, and that is going to end the round for Union Gaming with a rush plant on the service entrance door, something I'm fairly certain E-Samurai were not expecting at all.
Oh, definitely putting the rounds on board as all right, a request comes in from the side of VSM as Paktoon Kid is having an unplayable ping, and that is indeed unplayable. That is 69.8, nice 98 ping, as I'll be waiting for some information from the admins. Sparko himself is also having a little bit of a ping spike as that information will be coming in anytime soon now in my DMs. As I check with that, Blackjack, anything you have to say about how this match is going on?
All I have to say about this match is it is a very, very exciting indeed.
Attackers need
And
to locate and defuse bombs.
there's not enough words to describe this kind of a match in Division 1, Foxy. I can tell you that much. Again, I look at the names at the top and I stutter for a quick second. E-Samurai Esports versus Union Gaming. Just in this day and age, yeah, absolutely a game that is very, very exciting indeed. But looks like we are, in fact, going to be going for the rehost, admin's discretion and all that, because of course, the ping issue. And as everybody leaves the lobby, we will be leaving the lobby as well and coming back to a rehosted and hopefully properly connected lobby very, very shortly indeed. So I know another rehost in this match, and nobody likes rehosts at this point, but it can't be helped. We want to make sure our players are all, able to play to the best of their ability. So with that being said, we'll be right back with more Siege action. Stay tuned. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from the rehost for the game between Union Gaming and Samurai Esports on the map of Coastline. The score currently stands at 4-4 on round 9. No team is in the lead right now. And of course, as we left off with the rehost, the reason was, of course, that Paktoon Kid and a couple others had a bit of a ping spike issue that no one really knows as to why it's happening. Probably a bit of a server issue, maybe, or just bad luck downright. But it was an admin call rehost, so ESM, I believe... No, actually, ESM's rehost has already been taken earlier in the map. But regardless, it was an admin rehost, so... You know, there's still, I believe, one more rehost in play from the Union Gaming side. So that's one thing to keep in mind, and I know everyone is pretty sick and tired of rehosts at this point because it delays our entertainment of the game. And don't get us wrong, us casters over here sitting here between rounds, it's kind of excruciating as well as we watch the players filter into the lobby. But it is what it is. Unfortunately, we can't do a whole lot about it. If we want the game to go as smoothly as possible, some things just have to be done. Now, round 9, we're going to be going into second floor hookah right here. And Samurai, for the last couple of rounds, they went to kitchen. The first one, round 7, a pretty standard round, you know. Union Gaming took that out the back of some good gunplay and whatnot. Round 8 was a rush plant, straight up from UG. They did not let up after that either. They held down the plant very well, systematically shutting down Samurai little by little, and just completely dominated. Which equalized, of course, the round count as well. And coming into round 9, it'll be interesting to see how both these teams move forward. Because, of course, we know for a fact that now that it's equalized on round 9, it's only going to get even more exciting from both of these teams. Shots are being fired already. Not sure where that came out of, but right now, Union Gaming, they'll probably just want to... Oh, no, we've got Beat already here. He's going to be trying to open up the pink couch area. The ping comes out from the Vigil. That's Buckers, and I don't think anybody is in the spot. No one's there to deny it. Instead, Killen is going to be down by Beat, who was holding the angle just right. Will he be going for the kill? Doesn't look like it. I don't think anyone's going for that kill for that matter. As Lockdown is inside the kitchen, he might just go for the revive right now. Fankel... Ooh, he's holding on the door of Aquarium Balcony. Not really sure what he's thinking there. As, oh, nope, Sparko, that was not the play right there. Fankel does go down to Poseidon, but Sparko tried to go for the prone entry on the door of Service Entrance. Didn't work out for him, and the Mozzie has been refragged onto by Jittery, but there's someone else coming down the blue stairs right now, and looks like Killen is gonna bleed out. There we go. EX7 is gonna confirm that kill instead onto Killen right at the last second, but Buckers is gonna take down Poseidon, making it a 2 versus 3. All down to Buckers and Paktoon Kid inside, just around side for that matter. The Legion, of course, in the hallway and pink catch area being opened up, but EX7, Jittery, and Beat are what remains of Union Gaming, and of course, we know how dangerous these three can be in any given situation. Less than a minute left in the round, however, that is the big point, the big talking point here for Union Gaming and ESM for that matter, because they got to make sure that they get the plant off in time if they want to have a chance of winning this round. And, ooh, Buckers nearly saw the buck down there, but doesn't seem like he'll be seeing him just yet as vertical lines are being opened up by the Canadian operator down below. Jittery doing what he can as flashbangs are coming out to burn out the ADS inside of sight. And there we go. Buckers has relocated into hookah, just running around in that general direction. More flashbangs are coming out, but Paktoon Kid so far is completely unfazed. Not so good for Buckers though. Beat is gonna stick the plant. Will he be able to stick it? Yes. No, he won't actually. As well then. That was quite the cleanup, nice and quickly. I didn't even notice that 2 bodies had been dropped right there. But 2 bodies had indeed been dropped on the balcony, leaving the planting Hibana, the lone one, alive. And the knife, a little bit of disrespect right there from the Vigil, is what gives ESM round 9, putting them back in the lead, 5-4 on round 10.
Oh, that play from the Vigil and the Legion coming in perfectly there. They're working in cohesion, getting themselves that victory. In fact, was really well done. Got the cover, got the planter as well, and that quick turnaround and knife to the man. It was definitely a little bit disrespectful, but more than that, it was well played by ESM. that out of the way, we'll be seeing ourselves head into round 10 over here, and the 6 pick comes in from the Mozzie onto the Pulse. Looks like the Mozzie hasn't really been influential in terms of how they've been playing so far, just in general.
Defenders protect the bombs from
That out of the way, we'll be seeing ourselves go head on to kitchen area defense, and that is Vanko comes out with an ADS first, and he's going to place that on the side of Silver Centrals. We did see a quick plan coming from the side of Union Gaming,
bomb located by
all the way on towards Silver Central's doorway. But will we see them do that again is a great question. Because right now, Esports, they stand 1 round away from match point. All they need is clinching this one round, in fact. That is round 10. ESM has definitely brought their gameplay and their guns alive, and more than that, they've brought a lot more to the table today. They've been playing amazing, getting their rounds in. Not only that, they've had a really good roster change. Frankel, I remember Frankel he used to play all the way back in Bad Trip Esports, and that is now called, that team of the roster, in fact, of Bad Trip Esports is now called Sunny Asia Esports, for those of you who don't know. Frankel also had a little bit of a shift into Never Diamonds. He didn't really get to play in it though. Not sure the reason what went down behind it, but now he's finally found his home, I think, on Samurai Esports. A really good pick from this org here. Coming back to Paktoon Kid and Buckers also, you might know him as Right Buck was his former name. And the Paktoon Kid has been a player that has been around the community for good enough time. In fact, I've seen him around quite a lot. I've happened to catch a few rank games with him as well. And he's amazing player, excuse me. So, a really good roster that ESM is rocking as of now. A little bit of a revamp. By Lockdown, Killen, everybody, all of their core members still stay here. But look at this. Spark will be starting things off already. Paktoon Kid goes down. That's your IQ doing a lot of work, but the Pulse to play. C4 comes up, but he doesn't realize that was the puck on the top of the bedroom, and he's still going to get the frag. And the turnaround comes in from Jittery. This is something you don't want to challenge Jittery upon, but Killer will be the one to convert that into a kill. That is the C4. That is because the Wildcat is in the same spot. Doesn't get spotted up by Union Gaming. I think they're feeling a little scattered away. The way the rounds have been in the favor of ESM, definitely that more of a player also matters in a game like this. I'll be seeing Frankel move with his way back on towards the side, the bottom of the white stairs. He's still going to be watching this. We'll be seeing anybody walk down that any moment now. But it's going to be Buckers playing side as well. Essentially, only Killing will be playing on side. No more C4 into play. That means all he has is the MPX and a Dream. Make sure he wins his gunfights in the vertical B that is being established from the side. Union Gaming, but they'll be prepping for a quick, oh boy, nice shot from Killen once again, but the plant is supposed to go down from the side of Union Gaming. They've got a double reinforcement that can use to their advantage, and yes, the plant is going down, but the cover is here as well. The plant will go down successfully. Poseidon gets a frag. Pockets is here, awfully close. Does he connect the kill? No, he wanted it all onto Frankel now. All of a sudden, the Jaeger who's on top floor, he knows that somebody waiting. I don't think he does get spotted out, and yes, he will. Union Gaming walk away with round 10 and bring in the equalizer indeed. 5-5 is the scoreline, and this match gets all the while more intense the moment we're proceeding ahead with it. And boy, oh boy, neither of them are giving up on what they're trying to do here. Once again, putting the stats on board. Union Gaming, that is the new roster of Union Gaming. They've got formerly Quantum G1. Unbeatable in Season 2. They were also the champions of Season 1, but they had at least one loss in their record. Today in Season 3, the first match that they're starting off on Division 1 is just not... It's just, I wouldn't really say in their favor. They're fighting for it. I mean, it's a to and fro mode off, but it's definitely something that ESM has come prepared for themselves as well. Really good rounds that are being put from both these teams on board. But the real question is all going to come down to this one. In fact, I would say this is one of the most crucial rounds that will stand out to be a pro, to be very worthy for both these teams, because the one who wins this round takes the match to match point in their favor. It's going to be very crucial for both these teams to make sure they get their round on board. Because once you sit on match point, you have all the while more room to work with. You all the while have a little bit of a... You can take a breather, but that won't be the case in fact. Because only one round differential will still stay. That means even if you have to go on to match point, the opponents can still make that one round conversion, and the match point that you just turned turns that into overtime. So What do you think, Blackjack? Will we be seeing an overtime come up, or do you see somebody taking this match point and then straight up to home?
Honestly, Foxy, if you ask me, I will definitely say we're headed towards overtime without a doubt right now. Primarily because of the way both of these teams have played against each other in the entirety of this match so far. Just hands down some of the best siege we've seen already just in week 1. And I'm talking after what we saw back in Division 3. So, yeah. Yeah, my solid answer is the fact that we are definitely headed towards a overtime situation. The first one for Division 1, I believe it will be today. And yeah, actually it will be the first one if it does go to overtime. So that is my answer right there. I'm not taking sides just yet because eSamurai and Union Gaming, they are fairly equally matched right now. The Buck is going to be found, but no, Jittery's not going to go down. Buckers takes a bit of damage, but Jittery very, very low on HP right now. He's got to be very careful as to where he pushes next. And Buckers, in the meanwhile, not too shabby. He's still got 3/4 of health on his health pool, as Jittery is still on the blue bar window. Not sure what he's doing there. He can be taken out so easily, but I don't think anyone's inside a blue bar for that matter to actually inflict the finishing blow on him. Ash has been spotted inside of office. She's droning right now, killing. It's a bit too far from that area to, It's a bit too far from that area to do anything about it, but the call-out has, of course, been given to the rest of his team as an Ash reaching round goes out somewhere else on the map. More rotations being made by Lockdown on the second floor on Hookah right now, as EX7 is going to be joining away for Beat, and there we go. The Valkyrie has been spotted in the main lobby area. EX7 is going to go for this peek, but will he find the Valkyrie? No, he won't. Doesn't look like it because she has made her way back towards site very, very quickly. We're approaching the 60-second mark very quickly right now for Union Gaming on the attack, as Habana is going to be doing a bit of hard boosting on the blue bar's wall, the hard wall, facing towards offices. But there's Valkyrie here, and she's going to find Jittery. That is the buck of the board, finally putting the buck out of his misery after, so much damage was inflicted onto him. As Sparko is actually inside a main lobby right now, along with the Ash, of course, EX7, and saw the Legion. Will he find him? No, he's not going to confirm that kill anytime soon, but the shots are coming back towards him. Will he find him? Yes, he will. Platoon Kid goes down. Unfortunate peak for him, and the Valkyrie goes down as well. That was not the wisest move, as EX7 has been downed above. Not sure what happened there. He needs to be revived nice and quickly, but Fankel is going to go down in the meanwhile. Poseidon will be reviving, as a Beat was going for the plant temporarily, but he has come off it for the time being. He's afraid of being peaked right now. The castle, will he find the Nomad? Yes, he will. That's one down, but Sparkers found Buckers in the meanwhile, making this a 1 versus 3, all down to Lockdown with the UMP in hand. Will he be able to do anything about this? He's trying to make some vertical angles for himself, but the attackers have scrambled to hold Diffuser from afar. EX7 on main lobby, Sparko on the blue stairs, and on the site window is Beat. Sparko's actually moved up towards the second floor, towards Aquarium, and he might just find the castle. He needs to look to his right. He will. The castle has dropped down in the meanwhile, and is just holding down, but no, it won't be enough, as a Sparko will take him down, and that is Lockdown going down. And that is going to give Union Gaming round 11, making them to be the first ones to hit match point here on Coastline. Round 12, the score is 6-5 in favor of UG.
So just like the predictions went as well, UG bringing their players alive. In fact, when they happened to switch towards the side of the attack, they made sure that they got those rounds on board, and now possible comeback off the back of a 4-2 that wasn't it, when we happened to enter halftime. So yeah, a really good play from UG there. Not only getting 2 rounds on board, but more than that, it has been a to and from since then. The equalizer did come in after 2 successful rounds from the side of Union Gaming, but ESM is not somebody that they want to stop fighting off. In fact, that round essentially did come down to Sparko playing that amazingly well. The IQ on the side of Kitchen, it was a little bit of a whiff, but in the end he happened to convert it really well. In fact, that secured the round already. The manpower advantage that Union Gaming secured for themselves early into the match is something that they will be using, in fact, for going ahead into this game. Samurai Esports now looking at rather standing down in a bare battle of possible loss. Maybe like I said, it's not not exactly my job to make a prediction right now because the way the things look, we might as well go to overtime. Blackjack, you yourself said it. We might even see a 6-6 coming up any moment now. It's essentially coming down to how you gaming decide to play this and how Samurai Esports have got to put everything up, all the cards on the deck, because this is going to be the one round that decides their fate on the first match of Season 3 as they crawl their way back up on Division 1. At least a good start for them anyway, though. They're making sure to get, or at least making the defending champions of the TEC Rainbow Six Siege League at least facing the heat at the moment. But it's nice to see on how amazingly well that happened to turn into an execute. Meanwhile, seeing Jittery just doing what a buck does. He's just going to make his way up, rappel in. A little bit of a barricade breaking taking place, but nothing to convert as of now. Still be seeing Beat go for this reach here onto the pink bar, as I like to call it, as that is pink from the inside. Look at that, it's pink. It's pink bar, it's simple. It's very chill call out. Beat once again a very textbook stuff that is being done from the man, but last time it was Killen who got caught out. I don't think that was traded out from the side of ESM in terms of what happens and what's not. Pakhtun Kid goes down. That's your Legion of the board very early into the round. Well, let us see on how things will turn out eventually as we move ahead into this match. Killen making his way up. He's still got the C4 in his back pocket, mind you. Frankel will be the one holding downstairs in the blue bar area. And he's actually got himself an elevated angle that he's watching all the way outside. Lot will be the one who's upstairs, but he has a C4 as well. 2 C4s still in the pocket of Samurai Esports is something that could turn out to be useful on a map like Coastline especially. I've said this multiple times. C4 plays from the teams that have been on tier 1 is just amazing. We love to see that. It's only a matter of time till somebody from the attackers looks away and Fankel will be the one to convert a double frag or even maybe, never mind, make that a single. There's only Jittery outside right now. Fankel will be watching that angle. I think he's noticed there's somebody playing over there. That is the buck. Oh, he looks away at the wrong time. He's finally got his spot. No, he's a little bit too much of a confusion. But meanwhile, Plant has gone down the side of the billiards room. It's all down to 1. And only Fankel, that is your Jaeger. But where is the man? He's going to be all the way downstairs. He's going to find a kill. That is Jittery. A GG well played. Already gets typed in the chat. Pakhtun Kid has already lost hopes. And yes, he's right. Union Gaming walk away with round 12. A 7-5. A nice attempt from the side of Samurai Games trying to put their rounds on board, but it was nothing that they could not fight against Union Gaming on the side of the attack, and the MVP comes in from Sparko. In fact, it's one of my favorite elites. I know. So, alright, before the dude and me start speaking, Blackjack, any thoughts, closing thoughts, in fact, towards the match on how it fared down?
Well, very well played to both the teams, first and foremost. Samurai, they had a lead for the majority of the game. It was really towards the second half post roll swap that Union Gaming started to pull things back, winning just around 7 and 8, then 10, 11, and 12 consecutively. They ended up winning the match over, and ESM, it was a very good attempt indeed, but unfortunately, Union Gaming just proved to be too much at the end of the day. 75 is a pretty respectable score regardless, although I would have definitely liked to see my prediction come true for overtime. I'm still happy with the match that we got. With that being said, of course, that's going to do it for the two of us for the time being. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back with the final match of the night. Reckoning Esports are going to be taking on Sun Asia Esports, a match that is once again going to be very exciting. All the matches are quite exciting. It's Div 1. Why wouldn't they be? But we'll be right back with that match very shortly. Stay tuned. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the W Black the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege Season 3, powered by LG Ultragear in association with ACD Fibernet, Zotac Gaming, and Games the Shop. I'm your host, Blackjack, and of course, joining me is my co-host Ham and Foxy, as we are here for the final game of the night. Reckoning Esports are going to be taking on Sun Asia Esports on the map of, I believe it's Border this time around.
Indeed.
So it should be a very fun game indeed. Once again, Border, a map I don't think we've seen a lot of in Season 3 so far, qualifiers to Div 1 onwards, and should be quite exciting indeed, especially because of the new roster that Reckoning Esports has picked up. Foxy, any word about this new roster that we'll be looking at tonight?
Well, definitely Reckoning Esports have gotten themselves a really nice roster. In fact, a very promising one as well. This will be the first match that we'll see Reckoning Esports play off in the league with the new roster, mind you. Srisha, Aniket, Vortex, Blank, and Rats. They've had quite the revamp. In fact, we even did see Ninja Freak playing for Mercenaries today earlier in the first match. So that already did specify the fact that the roster change has already happened. Really excited on how this match will turn out. But Sun Asia Esports, though, I think that's a surprise for many of the in fact, our audience as well out there. We've got Sun Asia making their way from Division 2 back to Division, first time in fact, to Division 1. So that is going to be something that I'm at least looking forward to. I've had multiple conversations with Halki on how he plans to have themselves a little more structured, have themselves a little more experience in terms of how they intend to fight the Division 1 teams. As we know for a fact, I don't really need to... we know how Sun Asia has had some meme moments in the league in the past time. So yeah, definitely want to watch that impression away and finally show them that Sun Asia is serious as well. They're here to win. They're here to give good competition, a tough fight, in fact, and not meme around. We'll be seeing Halki, Dash, Darklord, Flame Blame, and Wingman. In fact, today we won't be seeing Heath come out as Wingman is coming for the substitution role. Very interesting lineups, both of them, and both these teams are into the lobby. As I'll be asking for a quick confirmation is, are we ready to go inside the match? Blackjack, are you ready for kicking off Division 1? That is on Season 3 with the last match of Day 1. Reckoning Esports facing off Sun Asia Esports. How excited are you?
Oh, I am very excited indeed, Foxy. It is a big match to end off the beginning of a big division indeed, because as we all know, Division 1 is pretty much the highest skill tier that you can achieve in this region in the WD Black, the Esports Club League for Rainbow Six Siege. And I mean, we have some pretty big teams here already. We've got just the match before that we had between Union Gaming and former Quantum G1, of course, for those unaware, and E-Samurai Esports, which is former Hoffen Esports. So lots of formers, lots of roster changes. It's open season out there. But, you know, after
Definitely,
all
dude.
the dust has...
Now that we think about it, the transfers have happened a little too much. In fact, a lot. So many transfers happening. In fact, now that I think about it, the only team in Division 1, I'm not gonna overextend my radius here in terms of what I'm trying to speak. I think it's only Level 0 Esports that has not had a roster change. They've been with the roster. It's Slayer, Veneno, Sexy K, Envy, Mighty, and Doctor, and they've been amazing.
Yep.
In fact, Level 0 Esports, in fact, has been that one team. I think it gets ignored quite a lot in terms of how the performance has been. It's not easy to not only survive, but survive so well with getting third and fourth spots consecutively in the league. And that is something I feel like many teams are overlooking. Not teams, at least. I'm sure the teams are not overlooking because they have to face them at some point or the other. But many people in the community do overlook. They happen to ignore the fact that Level 0 Esports have been very consistent with what they're doing. The roster as well, perfect in A1 condition. It only stands to see if Level 0 Esports will be seeing them take the champion title or not. They had an amazing start today against Never Diamonds. But Season 3 definitely is full of surprises, and it only stands to see on who turns out to be on top. Blackjack, what are your predictions regarding that?
I mean, when you ask me as to who will be on top, Foxy, given everything that we have already, all of the information, all of the roster changes, and as of this match, we'll be finishing off Day 1, which will give us a sort of a preliminary view as to, you know, which team could potentially stand up and which team could not. It's kind of hard to say who might take the absolute top spot. One of them, of course, one of the names that instantly comes to mind is of course Demus Force. We all know former Stack Demus Force. They are absolutely amazing. Not to discount Union Gaming, they have been undefeated back in season 2. Only one loss between 2 seasons. Absolutely amazing. That is of course when they were known as Quantum G1. Now they're known as Union Gaming. So I have to keep that in mind to make sure my stutters go away.
But speaking of Demon's Force, though, I think, yeah, they also haven't really had a roster change. So, yeah, that's another team. I completely forgot about that part. But we still, something I need to point out is the fact that I was having a conversation with the captain, in fact, the other day. That was Senpai, Sakashima Goat. And he happened to tell me the fact that I was asking him, how do I beat you? If I was playing against you, how do I beat you? He tells me, dude, if I knew that myself, I would definitely tell you, because even we don't know what we do in the match. It's just that we happen to gun everybody down and we don't really have structure and stuff. He was just joking around, I'm sure, that Demon's Force has been the team that has consecutively been the second runner, or the first runner-up, in fact, for 2 seasons, and that is a no joke. Having almost a collective of more than 100 teams, in fact, we've had ourselves about 98 teams, I presume, that have been in and around the qualifiers, etc., etc. So being on the top 2 of that is definitely not a feat that you can consider out of. So that out of the way, we've had enough of the pre-match talk, because now we've got players ready inside the match, and Border will be underway. Reckoning Esports will be facing Sun Asia. Blackjack, take the mic away.
Thank you very much for that, Foxy. Reckoning Esports versus Sun Asia Esports on Border is underway, ladies and gentlemen. This match is going to be very, very exciting indeed, as both of these teams, they are some of the best in the region. And sure, we've had some very meme moments from Sun Asia Esports, but not to discount the fact that they are now in Division 1, and of course their first game is against a pretty terrifying team, if I have to say so myself, Reckoning Esports. It's not a team I'd like to go up against if I were having a bad day. That is for certain, if you know what I mean, Fox. I'm sure you do, seeing as you know your boys oh so well, don't you?
That definitely, we'll be seeing the first wave of bans come out very quickly, in fact. That'll be Thermite, Maverick, and Mira off the board completely. Reckoning Esports will be starting off on defense, and we can only understand why they've come up with the Thermite ban. And the Echo will also get banned. Very interestingly, the Yokai drones will not be into play. That means that does leave Valkyrie and the Maestro that can turn out to be influential operators for the side of the defense. But still, we need to consider the fact that Maverick has been banned from the side of Sun Asia Esports. That means we've only got Hibana that is going to be employed in terms of hard breach. That gives all the while lesser space to work with for the side of Sun Asia Esports. Maybe Maverick ban was not exactly that they should have gone for, because we know for a fact that Border turns out to be an early denial map. You can happen to ban a trick on multiple spots, even when you happen to go to ventilation, customs, armory, 3 of those playable sites. Obviously, except bathroom and tellers, there is so much potential. Actually, now that I think about it, even bathroom and tellers, the triple wall of the office is still something that you can always ban a trick. So every place, every single spot that you go to, there is a good amount of bandit trick potential that does happen to come out. So you might want to have yourself that advantage. You do have the nades come out from the Maverick. You have his blowtorch in handy. But Hibana, it does make things all the while more difficult. We'll be seeing Reckoning Esports come out with... alright, I didn't really give us this nice intro into the roster of these teams. That is Hulky, Dash, Dark Lord, and Flame Blade, and Wingman on the side of Sun Asia Esports. Like I said, Helix won't be joining us today because it looks like he's having some personal stuff to attend to. I did get a text from Hulky about it. It looks like Aniket is not having a great time opening that soft wall. So it looks like a bug maybe. No, he finally finds it. A nice angle for himself. While on the side of Reckoning Esports, we have Shrisha, Aniket, Vortex, Blank, and Rats rocking the 5-man squad here. We're seeing ourselves head into this match as the action phase begins. A really good operator words coming out from the side of Reckoning Esports as well. We'll be seeing Wingman, or rather that is Flame Blade, making his way downstairs. I think he wants to establish his entryway from the side of detention. while still so much prep is happening from the side of Reckoning Esports, we do hear the shotgun being applied from the side of the Goyo there. He's running the TCSG. That means the Vector won't be into play. Very interesting pick of guns there, definitely. Flame has made his way inside already. Still watching that angle that has been opened up from the top floor. So that is something that is not above. That is Rax who will be watching that angle. Any moment now, he can go for the peak, but Flame, as of now, he's in the safe zone. Wingman, meanwhile, is made his way on the side of ventilations. He does spot the Maestro. One of the Maestro is going to be the one to spot him out first, and that is why he has to fall back. But still, that is something that Wingman will be expecting the Maestro to go for the repick. And Flame with a perfectly cooked nade, he's going to claim the life of somebody playing in 90. Yes, that is. Look at that. A very nice play coming in from the sledge here, and Rats is going to fall. Dash goes out. Vortex will still be holding on strong. I think that is all the way on the side of 90 hallway. Yes, it is. Got to play this to perfection. There's a no-man to play, but the no-man shot comes right before the frag come out, and he's not able to connect the shots. In fact, another frag goes up from Dark Lord. That's another player off the board. It's all on Blank and Vortex now, as Reckoning Esports find themselves on the other side of quite the contrary. In fact, Vortex will be able to find one kill. That is at least onto the side of Nomad. Elki takes that, goes down, but the frag play is back in from Dark Lord. Vortex still holding this strong. It's gonna have to ace clutch this. In fact, the Jaeger tries to find somebody who's creeping up metal. He's gonna find the sledge. Yes, he will. A little bit of a whiff shot there, but he's finally going to end the sledge. The plant is going down. Doesn't know exactly where the pre-fire came in from Dark Lord. Oh, he's trying to find the Walton, but he's not able to. And that is it. The IQ is going to shut down Dark Lord with the triple kill. And what a way to start off a match for Sunation Esports. Definitely, like I said, the statement coming out from them. It's not just the memes that they're famous for, it's also coming alive that they are here to give some competition. And more than that, a very tough fight to all the teams that are sitting oh so comfortably in Division 1. 2 will be underway.
Foxy? Discord?
My bad. I'll not give you the Discord feed. Definitely. Something I forgot over the excitement of the match, but yeah, here we are.
Yeah, thank you for that, Foxy. And of course, round one are going to the side of Sanasia, kicking things off nice and quickly for them. And of course, for this match, getting themselves underway as fast as possible, as it's always a good thing to make sure you've got your first rounds on board, taking that first step towards victory. Of course, even if they were to go for a straight push, there's still quite a few rounds between them. And I'm pretty sure Reckoning Esports will have something to say about the Sanasia victory potential. Again, I'm not saying Sanasia will win. I'm not here to point support at anybody. I'm just talking about probabilities. Round two in place, and looks like we're headed to first floor ventilation from the side of the defense. And
10 seconds left.
out the back of that first round, Reckoning Esports definitely to fix whatever mistakes that they had, and it is still a fairly new roster. There's a couple of new names in there. I'm pretty sure everyone is fairly acquainted with each other to the point where they are comfortable playing with each other. But you can understand playing in a tournament it's gonna be a little different than just normal practicing in say ranked. But whatever practice they have had, it is time for that to show up in full force. First, Reckoning Esports, and for Sanasia for that matter, as they are setting up the defense inside of Armory, barbed wires, Gershmont mines, and vertical lines aside off the back of Rats the Castle's secondary shoddy. Everything is coming out, as Dark Lord in the meanwhile is going to be finding some defender utilities, and I think that is the Gershmont we saw Ella throw out not too long ago that is going to be taken out by Dark Lord. So, unfortunate, but Blank is going to lose one of his gadgets a bit too early in the round, as the IQ is going to go around parking lot, and we've already got Dash. I think he's opening the triple wall of offices, and that is the hard breach really quickly done from the Hibana. We've also got on the bus roof the AC vents unit, I believe that is Sophia. Yes, that is in fact, but there is Rats inside of the archives just behind the shelf here. He is concussed for a little bit, should be unconcussed in a second, but Aniket is going to find Flame Blame, and that is a early kill right there. The sledge is off the board, Actually, that is a pretty big kill. The Nomad inside a 90 hallway has been spotted by Blank. Pretty sure that call-out has been given to the rest of the team, and they need to make sure they get that kill as soon as possible. Meanwhile, we got an upside-down rappel outside of the office balcony, and that looks like the Hibana right there, Dash, who is just kind of sitting there for now. Looks like he's droning right there, and he has spotted where Rats is sitting. So that bullet hole peek that Rats had for himself, unfortunately, will not be working anytime soon. More of Zophia's utilities are being caught up by the Jaeger ADS, and there we go. Jaeger himself is going to go for the run out. Downs Dash. I don't think he's aware. She's going to find Wingman in the meanwhile, and there we go. The kill is confirmed onto Dash. More shots were fired onto Vortex, but he is just fine for the time being. It's all down to Hulky and Dark Lord to clutch this out for the side. In fact, it's all down to Dark Lord to clutch this out for the side of Suneisha Esports, as Vortex was the one to take out Hulky. Dark Lord, the IQ with the LMG, RED scanner, no claimer unfortunately, and of course, so many bullets on the LMG. He doesn't even have diffusers, got to go pick that up, but I'm pretty sure there's somebody watching that, or at the very least knows where that is. No, actually, Vortex has shifted to not watching the diffuser. He's just holding down towards Armory right now. Shots fired towards the Armory door, and a C4 comes out, but not going to connect onto the IQ. One of Smoke's gas canisters come out as well, as there's less than 50 seconds left. The Yellow's gone for a rotate, and going to do some pre-firing as well. There we go. The Yellow's going to be spotted, and down. Blank is down for the meanwhile, as the kill will be confirmed, but that's too little too late for Dark Lord and for Suneisha Esports, as the time will tick away, and Reckoning Esports, on the back of some beautiful plays, are going to win round 2.
Well, a fair amount of difference in terms of how the second round went down. That was essentially a flawless round coming in from the side of Reckoning Esports. They had like what? Yeah, everybody alive. In fact, Blank was the only one to happen to lose his life towards the end of the round there. But there we go. A 1-1 equalizer has finally come in. We'll be seeing ourselves head into round 3. We've seen them happen to attempt armory defense, but now they'll be going back to customs inspection and supply room. Very interesting. The rotations, in fact, quick rotations are coming in from Reckoning. They don't want to be implying on a fairly more dependable side that are still armory and ventilation still available for them. But customs, I wouldn't really say it's not something that you don't want to be picking. It's not an advantage you cannot take away.
Defenders, protect your
But definitely something that's a little unorthodox that they want to attempt to make. That is amazing. That is something we all love to see. We're seeing ourselves head into this match straight up. Round 3 will be underway. Rats brings out the alibi while we have Aniket running the dog. Well, the side of the operator picks on the side of Suneisha still remain a little bit the same. It's something I really need to find out is the fact that Wingman is playing today. I haven't seen Wingman play the last time I hosted. I think it was the last time I hosted the ROL LAN, and yeah, dude, that was the last time I saw Wingman play. It's amazing to see him back in action, back in form, and it's good to have him here. In fact, I hope I get to see some good plays from him. I know how amazing of a player he is. He happened to be exceptionally great for the side of Suneisha Esports, and more than that, I think what he brings to the morale of the team is exceptionally good. Happens to be a very mature person, just in general. So that kind of morale booster is also necessary when it comes to games on the level on this high level of competitive esports. I've got to say that. We'll be seeing ourselves head into this matchup here. Round 3 will be underway. Like I said, Wingman making his way on the side of East Stairs, while we have Flame Blame himself a nice, very comfortable spot established right outside AC window. Aniket and Raj both will be upstairs along with Vortex. In fact, that is a 3-man's hold that they're trying to make on the top floor. Blank will be playing inside ventilations, while Shrisha will be on the side of customs. He's the lonesome defender that is holding down the side all by himself. But look at this, the spread out. In fact, the spread the way everybody is around the map. There's not essentially a specific choke point that you can even bring out, because it's all going to come down to the trays that they want to be playing on. Aniket will be meeting and exchanging fire along with these attackers anytime soon now. He does get spotted away, but there's a sledge waiting. I don't think he's noticed that, but now that pre-fires have come in, the bullet traces does get noted out. A sledge nade has got to come in. Yes, it will, but that will attack him. And one shot comes in from Aniket. How will he land that? Flame Blame is going to take the fall for it. That's a sledge off the board, and Rats will be still alive on the side of CCTV. We're expecting a push from the attackers any moment now, and that is why it brings up all the while more pressure on the side of this Doc here, who's playing the half wall. that should be creeping up on any moment. Now, I don't think he's noticed there's somebody playing on the half wall because he's a little concerned for who's playing inside CCTV. He's going to get a frag, but get refragged right back from Rats. The alibi is into play. He finds another, but there's 3 shot from downstairs to get that frag as well. Rats comes in with a flick, but that is not going to connect to anything. A little time for reload is what he'll have to go in, but the banana table is what is helping him to get himself some cover. The maneuver is coming from Wingman. He's already rotated a full cross through the side. But another peek comes in from Aniket, and that's going to claim the life of Blacklord. A really nice tracks coming out from the dock here, and it leaves Wingman. And now 1 versus 4 that he's got to bring out. Guns alive. That is something that Reckoning Esports has presented them with on round 2. A frag fest, definitely a frag fiesta. In fact, in the favor of the defensive team here. Something that just could not fight against. Wingman will make his way through the passport area. Walks in. It's bound to get noted out. The barricade opening once it does get heard out. I mean, that's pretty loud at least. Turns off how this turns out, and look at that. We're seeing some impact rolls being made from the top. And the nomad charge is being triggered from the top stairs, but I don't really think there's anything that Wingman can do. I think they're just taking a tactical time for themselves that they have. Just getting the composure back in terms of how they want to be approaching this. Reckoning Esports has successfully taken away round 3 for themselves. 2-1 is the scoreline that they've got, and Reckoning Esports will be moving away and moving ahead with a score, rather scored in their favor. The advantage is definitely marginal, and more than that, it only turns out to see if Reckoning Esports will still be able to keep that or not. Sanisha Esports definitely want to bring out the equalizer on board. Let us see how that will turn out as we proceed to round 4.
Absolutely. Sanisha Esports will definitely want to get this equalizer in, because if they allow Reckoning Esports to start getting away with rounds, build momentum by winning back-to-back rounds for that matter, it will not be a good time for Sanisha Esports or fans of Sanisha Esports for that matter, as certain memories will start coming back, and I'm pretty sure nobody would particularly like that. So, here's hoping that Sanisha Esports can, in fact, start to equalize when they need to, take the fights and win them, because that is what they need to do coming into round 4 right now. And, again, it's always nice to nip the problem in the bud, and Sanisha, if they don't do that, they're in for a heaping helping of trouble indeed. We've got the Maestro in play this time from Shrisha, of course. We know exactly how terrifying this Italian operator can be, and that is exactly where, of course, he's being employed. The double denial by Jaeger and Wamai, Vortex, and Rats, respectively, is also in play. Aniket with the Pulse to C4 and use the cardiac sensor wherever he so needs, and Blank with rounding things out with the Bandit, of course, shock wires, and a C4 in his own back pocket. All of the good stuff from the side of Reckoning Esports as Sanisha. I think that this is the same roster, that same operator roster that they had in the last round, so not too much of a change from them. As we see, Rat's going to make a vertical line of sight down towards the ventilation door from the half-wall area, which is pretty interesting, because if anyone's sitting half wall, the ventilation door place, that vertical line of sight is pretty much a death trap if they're not, if you're not like looking into it. So doing that, of course, preemptively is a fairly good thing. If you're aware of the fact that there's a push coming in through there, you probably have in fact a better chance of holding that down. Vortex, he was on the shelf for a quick second, but is going to drop off the shelf of Archives because there is somebody on the AC Vents area outside, the AC Vents window, that is. And the drones are coming in. Should see any second now. There we go. Vortex has been spotted inside our Archives, but how much of that will help? We've got Hibana going for a heartbeat somewhere as well. I'm not sure if Blank is going to be Bandit tricking that. No, I don't think so. In fact, he's not even there for that matter. As the C4 comes out from Possible, will it connect on anybody? No, it won't. Not even does. Does only a tiny bit of damage to Flame Blame, as the cardiac sensor is finding where the Hibana is, but Flame Blame and Hulky are towards the east stairs corridor as well. Blank, in the meanwhile, is on the first floor bathroom area. Not sure what he's doing there, but the shotgun comes out from the pulse, but the angle is too slim for him to actually connect his shots, which is very unfortunate for Aniket. but just not where he needed to be for that to connect. Hibana's going to break the window of offices as Vortex is going to take some damage from what looks like Hulky. No, actually, he took some damage from somewhere else, not sure where, but Aniket goes down to Flame Blame, and that is a pretty big kill. There goes Vortex as well. Hulky takes that kill nice and swiftly, as suddenly Reckoning Esports in a bit of a disadvantage. 3 versus 5 as a C4 comes out, but it's not going to connect once again. 2 C4s from Reckoning Esports, not going to connect onto any attackers this round. All that is done is given away Blank's position, as there we go. The Evil Eyes are spotting where the attackers are inside of Arca. Is giving away information to Ras, who's going to be pre-firing away, trying to find whoever he can. And so will Maestro, of course. And there we go. He's going to find one. What a headshot onto Hulky. Will he find one more? As there's shots coming from below as well. Blank is trying to do what he can, but he's just a little too slow on the uptake, as somebody has dropped down a hat somewhere, and he's going to be going after the bandit right now. So he's got to be careful of that as well. Plant is coming down from Dash right behind the bomb, as well as Wingman is taking down Rats. There goes the bandit. Stall down to Maestro, who's gonna find one. He's found Dark Lord. Will he find any more? He finds another one, actually. That is Flame Flame off the board. He's down one more, but he's gonna be going for the reload. And Hibana hasn't heard the fact that he is going for the reload right now. Will he go for the shot? Will he go for the peek? Yes, he does, but no! From behind the bomb is Dash to deny Shrisha. And unfortunate for the Maestro, but he will not be making the 1v4 happen tonight, as Dash will seal things up for Sanisha Esports and give them round 4.
Oh boy, that definitely came so close. Srisha almost getting that 1 versus 4 clutch. Got 3 bodies just like that with 1 mag on the altar. It did come down to winning that gunfight against Dash though, but behind the bomb, he had some cover. More than that, he had more than enough cover to come in with the kill to Dash's. Oh, rather, excuse me, with Srisha. That was definitely very close to a 1 versus 1 that converted all of a sudden. It's definitely a nice try from the Maestro. With that being said, we'll be going into Armory Lockers once again, as Reckoning Esports find themselves on quite the disadvantage here, knowing the fact that the equalizer has come in. I mean, I wouldn't really say a disadvantage. It's equalized. I know the scoreline, but you have to lose on. No, actually, now that I think about it, it's essentially the attacker-sided map. But the way the bans have turned out so far, I wouldn't really say has shifted the tides here and there. It's still essentially somewhere in the saturation point of what is still being a little more attacker favored. But Reckoning Esports, definitely the priority is going to be putting maximum rounds on board as they try to defend the Armory Lockers once again. Well, we'll be seeing ourselves head into this matchup. Srisha once again will be bringing out the Maestro, and just like you said, not a heavy emphasis in terms of how Reckoning is, but will be changing the operator role, but they will definitely bring out the smoke this time around, and the captain as well. Very interesting. They're trying to be a little unpredictable, making sure that they have themselves a little more room to work with. The C4 on the captain will also be used. Aniket will shift down to the bandit. That was Blank, who was playing last time, but Rats, the man of the Wamai, is going to leave the Wamai and go down to smoke. That means they need more denial to stop the plant that is happening and stop the person status in Asia, because Asia so far have been very swift with with their attack. In fact, they get the breach in very early. There's no challenge, in fact, from the side of Reckoning Esports either in trying to stop that, and they take the advantage, perfect advantage of that. The pulse play from Aniket in the last round also did not work out exactly in their favor. We'll be seeing Aniket this time around coming with the bandit trick. He wants to try and stall the attackers as much as they can, because there's only one breacher essentially. There's only the Hibana that can use themselves, and the C4 gets prepped. C4 gets thrown. It's not going to connect because that gets shot down. I did hear where did it get shot down. That was Wingman. The precision on the man here is he gets the C4 through in the air. In fact, we didn't get cast out on the camera, but look at this. The push is happening from the side of Armory. That's a bait switch from Sadisha. Aniket is all the way down on the other side of the map. As a push will be happening here, that means the breach is going down here as well. A little too late to go for the bandit trick, and that will also award with the kill, but no! Aniket is just going to peek that angle and get himself a frag. That is usually what we do not get to see, but Aniket is not taking none of that today. He'll drop the IQ straight up, and a very influential man, in fact, that is Dark Lord off the board. Dash still watching this angle that he's got for himself, some peak angles that he's got to be wary about. That'll be Vortex. He's going to fall back from the small room. Srisha still manning the drones, still manning the Maestro caps. He's got for himself Blank playing on the hatch. He doesn't know there's somebody on the dump below him. And Sledge is going to claim that level. Key onto another. Aniket goes down. Suddenly the man count has turned in the favor of Sanisha Esports. Rats still having himself a shield. Vortex is trying to find the penguin spot, as I like to call it, on the top of the computers. Yes, he'll be finding that. He finds that frag as well. What a headshot connecting onto Hulky. Srisha will go down. Meanwhile, Toxic Waves are coming out from Rats, but he's lit up to hell. The revive is coming as well. 3 versus 3 established, rightfully in the favor of Sanesha Esports, because they stand on a rather heavy HP advantage, that is all. The man comes still equalized though in terms of how it's looking. What is the only one with 100 HP on the side of Reckoning Esports? Rats will be playing a little too close. He's not got any more smoke base left, mind you. That means the stall out from the attackers will not be possible anymore than what the Maestro can be doing. Srisha still holding this angle. He's got the Maestro Evil Eyes. EMP's come out, and Rats with the shotgun to the face. Dempster's is going to go down. Another attacker comes in, but that's not going to claim his life. In fact, 3 fraggers on from Wingman. Plan is supposed to go down, but Srisha will be connecting that frag. Where's the plan going down? Wingman has to go for the frag now. He's going to find one. Does he know where the last defender is? Yes, Vortex. He does hear out where the plan is going down. Some pre-fast come in, but he's got more than enough time to go and even knife this person. But he's just going to connect the headshot, and Reckoning Esports get themselves round 5 on board. Coming very close to that 1v1. Vortex playing that to perfection. Well played by the Jaeger, puts another round on board for Reckoning Esports before we go to round 6, before we get the role swap.
Alrighty then, 1 round away from a roll swap and 3-2 in favor of Reckoning Esports. It certainly looks like a very, very exciting game ahead of us indeed, as we'll be heading towards ventilation and workshop once again before things change up on here on border. Aniket's gonna go out of the Legion into the Capcan ? Yes, he has confirmed for his team. The Kappa is in play, and of course Kappa with Capcan, that is, with his EDDs. He actually ticks a lot of boxes. Intel, damage, you know, like sound feel, visual feel, you name it, Kappa's got it. And fairly well-rounded operator when it comes to it. You just don't see a lot of him when it comes to competitive play. Primarily, I think it's down to his gun, the 9x19 VSN. Fairly decent, but not quite powerful enough to win a ridiculous amount of gunfights against the kind of guns it goes up against. So, you know, there's a bit of a here and there when it comes to Capcan, but Aniket's going to be picking that operator, and I think we did see Kappa in the last round as well from someone else in Reckoning Esports. So I was a little taken aback at that as well, but whatever works, I guess. So yeah, we're going to be moving on nice and quickly into action phase for round 6, and it certainly looks like it's going to be a very exciting game indeed. Right now, Sanesha, of course, will be focused on droning it out, because the last time we came to ventilation was back in round 2, and that round was, of course, won by Reckoning Esports, which, as far as I remember, was actually quite the comprehensive victory for that round right there. So, Sanesha, they definitely will have learned from their mistakes from that round. Getting their intel in is going to be key for them. Blank, in the meanwhile, is busy making some vertical lines aside for himself, as Rats takes a bit of damage from AC Vents area while trying to make some vertical lines aside for himself. The Jaeger has taken his place inside of Archives, Vortex that is, just to make sure that he can take out whoever is there. Looks like that is in fact Dark Lord, the IQ on the AC Vents area, whose drone was just shot. Aniket's gonna find Hulky. Alrighty, then that is the Nomad on the board very, very quickly, in fact. And that is the Capcan coming to use for his team with his gun, for that matter. As Vortex, he's got Dark Lord outside of his window, but there is somebody actually repelling the sandwich window. That Blank has to be careful of. Vortex is down. In the meanwhile, he's going to be taken out by Dark Lord, and that's a pretty big kill as well. The Jaeger with the carbine is gone. His ADSs are still active, mind you, but a grenade is coming in from the sledge. There we go. He's going to take out the shield and the remaining, what was remaining of the ADS, and there we go. Shots are being fired from the sandwich window, but he's going to miss as Blank rotates down to the first floor. Lots of time being wasted, has been wasted for that matter, from the 4 defenders right now, as they made their way back to site for a turtle hold towards the rest of this round. Upside down rappel on the ventilation window is gonna give some damage to Wingman instead of what he wanted it to do, of course. A C4 comes up from Aniket. There's a pre-placed one. He's just waiting for somebody to rappel in. And that might be Wingman very soon, unless he start out that C4. No, Aniket blows it out too quickly, and that C4 will not be finding anybody anytime soon. More vertical lines trying to being established. The Dark Lord takes down Aniket and making it a 4v3 right now. Between Sanesha and Reckoning Esports. Sanesha are in the lead in the man count, but the time is slowly taking away. Shisha's got an angle on the hatch drop from small office, but nobody's going to be coming down from there just yet. All Reckoning Esports has to do is stop the plant at all costs. Of course, there we go. Shisha's going to pre-place one of his gas canisters to try and find whatever he can. But no, he's going to be taken out from the hatch instead of Archives, making it a 3 versus 2. Actually, Aniket finds Wingman off a Capcan trap. Darklow gets taken down by Blank, makes it a 2v2. And now the plant has to go off within these next few seconds. And there we go. Dash is already working on it. Rats is here on the second floor. He might be able to find where the plant is happening because the Ella's down. And it's all done to the castle in a 1v2 post plant. He's down the Hibana. Will he get the kill? Yes, he will. It's between Flameblade and Rats now. A 1v1 between the sledge and the castle in a post-plant situation. Flameblame's going to position himself inside of Customs, but Rats is already here on the counter defuse, and Flameblade has been given the call that he's rushing towards it, but does he know that he's off it? No, he doesn't. He goes for the peek, but nope. He is not going to get that kill just yet. Rats is trying to bait him out once again, but Flameblade too smart right now. Rats has to do something about the situation he's in. He's got some amount of time, but he's going to be sticking it this time. Maybe. Yes, he will. And it is... What are you doing? Flameblade. Oh, the amount of whiff shots right there is... oh, that is a lot of whiff shots. But he finally gets the kill, takes down the castle, and Sanesha Esports will equalize going into roll swap.
that was definitely a little funny to look at, but Sanesha Esports putting on another run on board. The attackers are using that to perfection, and it looks like a Rios has been caught from inside of Flameblade. And looks like, yeah, we will be confirming that Rios is there's a pink spot apparently that Sanesha is experiencing. So a Rios is a really good time, at least for me, because I don't really have to happen to manually put in all the scores because it's halftime. So yeah, we'll be resuming this match from round 7 as we take it up from halftime. 3-3 is the scoreline in nobody's favor, mind you. We'll be back on round 7 in just a bit. All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Esports Club Rainbow Six Siege League, and we'll be resuming the match that we left off. Reckoning Esports versus Sunasia Esports here on border. 3-3 was the score, and we'll be proceeding with the halftime underway. The role swap has happened as well, so that means we'll be seeing Sunasia Esports start off on defense, while Reckoning Esports will be on attack. So matches so far turned out to be very, very interesting, and more than that, very promising as well for both these teams, and it has indeed come down to a very close to and fro rounds so far. It only stands to see on how round 7 will turn out. Reckoning Esports will be on attack. That means taking away the advantage from Sunasia Esports is something that will be the top priority, but it only stands to see if they'll be able to put up rounds on board or not. Dash will be running the pulse here. Very interesting pick of ops, in fact, because they'll be going to ventilations first. That is the side that they want to be attempting on. Mind you, there's 2 C4s into play from the Valkyrie and from the Pulse. Albi will be employed by Hulky. Hulky's been playing on the main roster for quite a while now, and that is nice. It's good to see. He's been good as well. It's not like he's just there filling a spot. No, Hulky's been performing really well. Well, let us see on how that'll turn out eventually as we proceed ahead into this matchup. Flameblade running the Valkyrie, like I said, he's got Black Eyes to help him, and more than that, the C4s will be very influential on how ventilation is generally defended, and the economy in terms of how C4s are used as well happens to be something that Sunasia Esports will have to be wary about. Flameblade comes up with a nice wildcam. So that is his third one. I'm not sure where he got to keep the other 2. We did see one of that go up in the dome area of offices, but that's already bringing out the cardiac sensor early in this round. Hulky playing above with the alibi prismas. Some really good positions that he's bringing them out on. And Flamelane playing awfully close to this rappel. That is Rats, I think. Oh, that is Swisha on the Hibban. He's going to rappel in on the balcony of offices. Looks like the push from Reckoning Esports is happening on the top floor first. And yes, it will. Rats has already made his way in with the Nomad. While we'll be seeing Vortex on the Thatcher, and Blank will be running the Sledge. Both the SA operators from the start of the attack will be used by the side of Reckoning Esports. Well, it only stands to see on how that turns out to be influential for them. As we proceed later into this round, Flameblade is going to come up with the pre-play C4. He's going to have himself a nice... he has a camera that he can use for the C4 as well, that he can use to deploy whenever he wants to. And it looks like the C4 is all the way on the side of Halford somewhere over there. So yeah, it only stands to see on how that is going to turn out. Like I said, economy on using the C4 is going to be paramount. Aniket and Swish already making their way inside, and looks like Flamelane will be spotting this any moment now. Oh yes, the C4 comes in, and Aniket is going to get claimed through it. A very good play from Flamelane there. Definitely using the C4 to his maximum potential as Zofia takes the fall for it. A nade comes out, but the ADS is going to be quick to catch that. Almost not catching it, in fact. And the breach from the Hibban is underway. Hulky not knowing the push has happened from the Thatcher, and Vortex is going to come claim that live with the AR running. The Thatcher is still got the Flamelane to worry about, and Flamelane is going to get a frag onto Rats. Another C4 goes out. That's the only C4 left for the side of Sunasia. That means everything that will come out from the side of this defensive team now is either going to be on frags, retake, or flanks. Wingman still watching this angle. We did see another kill come out from Flamelane, definitely bringing out Guns Alive for himself. Does give Sunasia Esports at least the advantage right now, as Reckoning Esports look at the deficit in terms of man-count. Blank will be coming out with some drone work being done, while Srisha has to maneuver back onto the window that he wants to go for an attempted plant. A bit of a pre-fire comes in on that window definitely, but he doesn't know there's somebody playing awfully close to it, and that is exactly why a drone will be coming out first. It does get spotted out. Blank, he's outside the main doorway as well, and he's going to claim that life. A really good play from Vortex. In fact, that is not Blank. I get confused between the SA's operators for a moment there. But the smoke waves are still in the play from the side of Wingman. Blank will be on top there. He's making sure he's watching the rotation, but he does spot out the Valkyrie coming up on him. He doesn't notice that, and Frisha is going to take the fall. I'm not sure who that was. Vortex is the only one alive downstairs who got pre-attempt the plan, and he's going to get caught out as well. Sunasia Esports playing this to perfection. It's all under Blank who's on top, but he's going to pick up a fight against Valkyrie. He's not even going to win that fight as he tries to win it. Sunasia Esports has already drained a lot of time away from Reckoning Esports as they walk away with round 7 and the first round of defense on ventilation. And what an amazing display of skill from Sunasia Esports over here as they walk away with that round, and round 8 will be underway 4-3 in the favor of Sunasia.
Oh boy, what a round indeed coming out from the side of Sunasia Esports. And Unfortunately for Reckoning, Sun Asia will be the ones to take the lead post roll swap nice and quickly. And looks like we're going to be heading towards second floor armory from the side of the defense right now. And it should be quite interesting to see where this match goes from here. 4-3 is the scoreline on round 8. And things are probably only going to heat up from this point onwards.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as
There we go. We are up and running in round 8 right now, and it's fairly standard right now. You know, defenders are just preparing what they need to do. Sanisha Esports want to make sure that they continue taking the lead. You know, Reckoning Esports in a bit of a similar spot to where Sanisha was back in round 4, where now Reckoning Esports have to at the very least equalize if they want to make sure that Sanisha do not absolutely run away with a crazy amount of momentum. And Sanisha, of course, definitely want that to happen, but Reckoning Esports, they don't want Sanisha to run away with the match. Obviously, nobody would. So their job at this point becomes primarily, first and foremost, to equalize and then go on from there. Now, how well they'll be able to do that, to what extent, of course, remains to be seen. I'm fairly certain it'll be a large extent, at the very least, you know, getting this round on hand for themselves. But there's a lot of factors to be taken note of before anything substantial can be said about the situation in the game currently. We've got Dark Lord sitting inside of CCTV. The CCTV door was being shot open. So is the Archives east door. And that is Aniket and Vortex right here. Aniket on the rappel, he's gone up to the roof, and Vortex, the Thatcher, all the way out at spawn. Hulky is inside of offices right now. I think he's just, yep, he's got the shield inside a fountain, just holding down, making sure that whatever main breach happens on the triple wall right there, he can find whoever that is and maybe get a headshot or two. He's even got magnets up there towards the dome to make sure that any grenades that find their way in are caught out in due time. Right now, it's a bit of a stalemate of a situation as the Womai has been spotted out, Hulky that is. And no push is going to happen on him just yet. Flameblame's got a nice angle towards waiting right now. And through customs, as lots of flashbangs are coming in towards where Hulky was sitting initially. But something was caught, and I believe that was one more, either a flashbang or one of Zophia's concussive nades. Not sure what a magnet caught, but so far looks like the magnet strategy has worked for the push on towards this area. And there we go. Another magnet is going to catch another one of Zophia's utilities, and he's trying to get the prone in, but oh, there we go. He's in. He's managed to just about squeeze in 2 offices, and Blank is now ready for even more action. Dark Lord in the meanwhile still holding down the door to CCTV, the break room door that is, and that is Rats, the Nomad, thrown outside of said door, waiting for a peek to happen. Both of them caught in a bit of a stalemate as Undergate takes a lot of damage for that matter, and he's going to be taken out, but Wingman goes down to Shrisha as well in the meanwhile. The east door of Archives has been busted open in the meanwhile by the attackers, and there we go. The Archives push is also in play. Shots are fired as Hulky takes a lot of damage. He's very low on HP. He's got to be quite careful right now as the plant is coming out from Shrisha, but the C4 is here from the Valkyrie, and Flameblame will deny the diffuser. Shrisha goes down, and Flameblame has done a magnificent job. Blank's taking down Dark Lord in the meanwhile, but Rats is down, making it a 2 versus 2 effectively. 3 versus 2, excuse me, as the Thatcher pushes in. He's got one. The Womai goes down, and now it's a 2v2, but Dash has found Blank. And Vortex, he's trying to go for the plan, but he can't just yet because there's so much going on around him, and he will be taken down by, I believe that is Flameblame right there. And, yep, quite a lot of chaos, but unfortunately, out of the chaos comes Sanasia as the victors of that round. They win round 8, taking themselves 1 round closer to match point. That is 1 round 1 from now, and they will hit match point. 5-3 is the score.
A nice advantage being established for the side of Asia. You're definitely in the driver's seat. 5-3. They're 1 round away from match point, and they might as well take it. The way they've been playing so far, a really good emphasis in terms of how the positioning has been, how they've been using the utilities, and more than that, it is coming down to a stall point where they're having to play with patience, and they are playing that to perfection as well. Really well played by Sadesha as we will be proceeding on to round 9, 5-3. Like I said, still waiting on Reckoning Esports as they haven't really had,
Protect your bombs
I would say,
by attackers.
so the way Reckoning Esports has played this out so far, I think they've won with a fairly huge amount of advantage. Like it's coming down to a flawless round or almost a flawless round with like 4 frags or rather 4 men left towards the end or 5 men left towards the end. But something that hasn't happened yet is, except for that one round where Vortex happened to clutch it out in a 1 versus 1, it hasn't come down close to man count. It's either being a Sanesha game or it's a Reckoning game. Sanesha, though, definitely in the driver's seat here, definitely topping it all off, where Reckoning is just not able to stand up against it. As of now, they still have 1 more round if Sanesha takes this to match point, but it's not like Reckoning cannot make it once Sanesha has reached match point.
Locate and defuse a bomb.
It's just that it's all the while more difficult because from then it's a very uphill task for any team to happen to make that, because all the team that sits at match point has to do is win 1 round, while the team in the deficit has to put at least in this case 3 rounds on board. So Reckoning Esports right now is the moment of testimony for them. They've got to make sure they put their rounds on board, because if they do not allow, rather if they do allow Sanesha Esports to take away the advantage and take this to match point, it is going to be quite the uphill task that they won't be able to fight off against later on and not have the insurance to fall back to and have themselves a little more room to work with. Vortex looks like he's picking up a fight with Flameflame any moment now. There's some Valkyrie cams outside that definitely do. I'm spotting him, I'm not sure. Flameflame will take a look from his perspective. Oh no, he's gotten off the cams just as I speak about it. Oh, he's still got the cam though. Look at that. Is going to notice that there's a claimer outside. That means the runout will be stalled at least for the while. He definitely intends to go for that. But Kaid Freak is coming in to play. That is going to deny a set of Hibana pellets, and really well done by the Kaid. And now Srisha has expelled 2 pellets. So that means Hulky. Dude, that was amazing. That essentially does deny whatever Reckoning Esports had for themselves. Even if they get this pellet done, it is not matter because there's no entry established from the self-detection here. So that is very well done by Hulky. I've got to give him props for that. The Kaid trick perfectly done, 2 pellets off the board, and now Reckoning Esports have to play this on frags. A Zofia charge comes out, that's a lifeline. The impact rather, Flameflame meanwhile be picking up Srisha, and Aniket will be here to refract. The Flameflame Wingman playing in a really, really tough spot. Dark Rod is here to help him out as well, but Wingman is trying to stay alive as long as he can. The peak has already come in from the Zofia. That's the break room guy dispatch. They still have the Ying playing Dark Rod. Will find the Zofia alive. No, he'll make that a dead Zofia in just a move. But there's a refrag game right back in from Reckoning Esports. Like I said, they've got to play this on frags, and they realized that the same fact as well. Hulky and Dash is all that is left, but only 50 seconds mind you, for the side of Reckoning Esports to work with this one. Aniket will be maneuvering back on the side of Battleations, while Hulky still has a C4 and so does Dash. They still could make this happen unless the information doesn't get traded out. They might as well toss the C4 out, get some frags in, or even get the denial in. 30 seconds left, mind you guys. It's going to be a testing moment for the side of Sanesha Esports as they try to bring out. Never mind, Khalid is going to take the fall of the Thatcher from him. He's going to get the frag. Vortex on a double kill there. It's all on the dash now. No 1 versus 3. The plan is going down from Rats. He's going to watch that angle, but nothing to connect here because this comes from the top. Aniket does get spotted out, but Dash is not going to win that. Whips every single shot on the MP7, but Aniket won't and punishes him for that 5th. Reckoning Esports walk away with this round as they get another on board. 5 to score as this match happens to be all the while more exciting. They're making sure they make this very close. Both teams very influential round. That's going to be round 10 for them. Sanesha wants to take this to match point, while Reckoning Esports wants to bring this to equalizer. Only stands to see who is going to be on the side of the victory here. I'm going to leave that prediction to you, chat. Let us know in the comments on who do you think is taking this round. Is going to be the match point that we get to see from Sanesha. Will it be Reckoning Esports getting the equalizer in? Type away in the chat. Meanwhile, Blackjack, coming back to you. What are your thoughts on how the round fared and how it will fare going ahead on round 10?
Round 10, of course, it's quite exciting right now, isn't it, Foxy? Because of the way that the match, the rounds have gone so far. 5-4 being the scoreline. I do definitely see an equalizer coming in from Reckoning Esports, probably in this round. Maybe, maybe not. As for overtime, it's hard to tell. Excuse me, it's hard to tell because in the game between Union Gaming and Samurai Esports, just previously that we had, in fact, we both of us, we sort of predicted and we were really confident in the fact that it would definitely go to overtime. But then Union Gaming just proved us outright wrong and won that match 7-5. No quarter given towards the end to Samurai. So, I'm going to reserve my overtime predictions for the time being. All I'm saying right now, Reckoning Esports, the way they've played and the way they're continuing to play, definitely have a really good chance of equalizing the scoreboard as it is. Meanwhile, this side, of course, is first floor ventilations once again from the side of the defense. And, of course, once again, the top-heavy defense is being situated, prepared for that matter, inside of archives, inside of armory. I think somebody's inside of CCTV. No, actually, no one's inside of CCTV. That was just my guess. And, nope. Dark Lord and Hulky, the double Denial brothers, are going to be sitting in archives and armory for the time being, as we have Rats pushing towards the east stairs hallway, putting a Claymore down right there to make sure nobody gets any funny ideas about flanking that area, as he's going to bust his way out of the east stairs corridor onto the balcony on the east side of a border. Hulky's going to put down his shield to face the door of archives, the door from Fountain, to protect himself from shots and pre-fires coming in from that particular vicinity. Meanwhile, I think Hibana is going for a heart breach somewhere, and that sounds like it is the main wall of armory itself. Heart breach is done by Shrisha right here, as it looks like it is a mainly armory focus push. There we go. Darklaw goes down. That is the Jaeger off the board. Flameblade has made his way towards the metal stairs right now, and Hulky's definitely going to need the help. Being alone on second floor against a full Reckoning push wouldn't exactly be a great idea for that matter. As Flameblade just holding down the CCTV area, making sure that anybody in that vicinity gets caught, and he's actually going to rotate back towards ventilation. Meanwhile, we've already got vertical lines of sight being established from the side of Reckoning Esports. Nice and quickly, Hulky himself has rotated back towards the first floor of waiting room, actually. And it looks like, once again, just like Reckoning did to Sanasia a few rounds ago, Sanasia have managed to waste a fairly significant amount of time of Reckoning Esports' clock. And with about 60 seconds left, Anikid's going to find a dash, and that makes it a 3 versus 5 right now. Fairly dangerous waters for Sanasia Esports to be in, as the C4 from Flameblade, unfortunately, is a little wasted. Takes a few more shots from the Zofia outside of the main door, as Reckoning are just trying to set up the plant right now. There we go. Shrisha's in. He's planting, and he needs to be denied, and he will be. Flameblade from the long angle will deny him, but Blank is here to refrag onto Flameblade. Wingman, the smoke, he got a canister off, and Blank is going to find him as well. It's a double kill for the Zofia, as it's all down to Hulky in a 1 versus 4, and will probably be a post-plant 1v4 to deal with as well. He's got somebody on top of metal stairs, and that is the Thatcher. Shots are fired, but he will not be finding Vortex anytime soon. Hulky's position inside of customs has been given away. The peak is coming in, and there we go. Reckoning Esports are going to win round 10 and are going to equalize the score count right here on border, 5-5 in nobody's favor. And just like the last match, we are in that sort of a situation where rounds 11 and 12 are very, very important indeed for what happens to either team in this match.
Oh boy, the comeback, the game that is today, getting a to and fro from both these teams here, 5-5, and now under 11, very crucial on who takes this one round. Who goes to match point is the real question. It's very, very close. This match is cutting through definitely border. It's been this one map that we haven't seen in a while, in fact. Division 1 today, we did not get to see border. Today, we're finally getting to see in the big. And towards the end of the day 1 here, that is. We'll be coming back tomorrow with day 2 as well, but I've got to say this, I just cannot emphasize this enough. It's, I wait for almost a week every day just to watch these matches. I'll be very honest, it's not even the casting that I'm talking about. moments. I even if it was you casting this alone, Blackjack, I would definitely just sit back, relax, and watch. Getting to see the top tier gameplay in our community is something that really appeals to me personally. And today's matches have just been amazing. Not just this match, on a general level. You know, we saw Mercenaries face off, Demons Force. Then we had another match coming up. That was the second one. That was Esports versus Never Diamonds, and that was one of a match on Cafe. The difference of coastline. Then we got to see a Cafe. Then we did have the match before that Union Gaming face off Samurai Esports once again on coastline. That was a nice match as well. Whitey closed that cut through, and now we are here on border. Reckoning Esports facing off Sanisha Esports. Definitely Sanisha. I don't know if they'll be making their way out of this victory or not, but already shutting down their haters who happen to call them a meme team, as now Sanisha look like a dream team. Not yet though. The win hasn't really happened. Reckoning Esports. I don't need to specify this, but they've had their fair deal of making their roster a dream team. Let us see on how that will fare out as we proceed on 111. This is going to be a very crucial run for both these teams. Like I already specified the fact, it's going to come down to who takes this to each point. Srisha still waiting for the peak. I think that is blank for waiting for the concussive nades or the lifelines to come out. He's going to expel one of the pellets this time around. Doesn't want to lose his advantage that he has in general. Dark Lord taking a little bit of damage. Not sure where that came in from, as my ears are still ringing from the bleeds that happened on the gun. So just something that Seed happens to come up with their amazing audio. We'll be seeing Hulky get flashed to hell, and he's just going to fall back, at least for the while. Nothing to convert over here. He's still watching this angle. Hulky will be watching the rotate, nothing he can convert as of now, because there's just no push coming in as of now. Still seeing Flame Blade hold on from bottom. There's so much drone work, so much exchange of information coming out, but Dark Lord will be beginning things off on this round with the first frag. That is going to be Rats taking the fall for it. Your IQ is off the board. That means the utility that you can spot out is no more in your favor. For the Wamai, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. And Srisha is going to collect another kill on the wingman. That's a smoke off the board. A very influential operator down, as you don't have smoke waves anymore that you could be using for yourself. Aniket just find her is playing awfully close to the AC1's window. Aniket looks like he will be or might be cooking the nade that he's got for himself, but that's Hulky who's playing on the Wamai. That means the Wamai charges will still be in play. Even the nade comes out, could turn out not in favor of the sledge, but he's got to white peak this one. Even if he decides to white peak this, there's a Thatcher approaching him, and he wants to collect that kill very, very gladly. He does get lit up quite a bit though. Flame Blade, he had the C4 in his back pocket, but now he's got that flipped up. Plan has gone down, and the claim from the C4 comes right back in. It's all on Aniket and Black now to work this in a post-match situation. Aniket in a very crucial spot. He's got to stay alive as long as he can, and so is Black. He's going to try some pre-fires, but he's not connecting that so far. Still has concussions ready. Flame Blade is going to get that frag on Aniket. It's all going to come down to Black playing this perfectly well. Dark Lord going for the defuse. Meanwhile, Flame Blade, all the eyes on him. Where is the man? He's inside Fountain. Just spot the Zofia, and he's gonna get the flag. And Sanisha Esports proceed to match point. 6-5. Sanisha Esports taking this very close and making this a perfect retake against Reckoning. Today will be going to round 12. Will Reckoning take this to overtime? Will we see Sanisha walking away with this victory 7-5? Oh boy, Sanisha definitely surprising me with that play today. I'm sure everybody in the chat must be surprised as well. Blackjack, anything you have to add to this?
I mean, there's not a whole lot I can say that either yourself or myself haven't already stated. Foxy, 6-5 is the situation right now. Match point on round 12. This is, without a doubt, the most important round right now for the fate of this match. One must win to continue playing in this match, and the other needs to win to set things down once and for all. This round is for all the marbles right now, and it is going to decide the fate of this match, the fate of both the teams, and the fate of how we finish things on day one of Division 1 right here. It is certainly going to be very, very interesting indeed to see where we go from this point onwards, as we've got first floor ventilation as the site coming out from the side of Sanisha Esports. And of course, once again, the top heavy hold coming in from their end is going to help things just standard top floor heavy defense. What am I?
New feed active.
I completely blanked out for a second there. Pun not intended. But yeah. Anyway. We've got Flame Blame throwing down the Valkyrie cameras as usual. Intel is a must on border. We know exactly why Valkyrie is one of the operators that gets banned here, for that matter. So, those black eye cameras are pretty neat, pretty useful in this map. Meanwhile, Flame Blame already C4'd rats. All right, not sure where that happened, but Shrisha has refragged on to the offending Valkyrie. And where was that? Outside of the office window? I'm not certain. I'm not seeing an explosion mark anymore. Okay, not sure where that happened, but Aniket in the meanwhile has made his way already very close towards site, as we can see the sledge out there, and still no clue as to where that happened, but Aniket's found Hulky in the meanwhile. He's breaking his way into sight. He's already in here in this 3 versus 4 situation. Reckoning Esports definitely really wants this round for themselves. Dash is still inside of sight though, but I think just dismounting from that table has given away his relative position to the sledge, who will be watching this particular angle regardless of whether or not someone's in here. Shrisha's just making his way in with the diffuser, and that will be, of course, the planter. There we go. The plant is going to be heard from the defenders. Dark Lord is going to be taken down. Dash is coming in as well. Doesn't get here. The pulse pulling in as the plant has happened. The C4 comes in, but to no avail. Shots are fired, and Dash is going to find Aniket. Makes it a 2v3 between himself and Wingman, but Wingman unfortunately tries to jump down waiting room. He will be taken out. It's a 1v3 for the Pulse right now, who is currently outside on the main lobby hallway. He knows that there's somebody in waiting room, but now, oh no, inside a waiting room that is, and that is Vortex. He looks away at the wrong time, the Pulse, and that is his demise right there, as Reckoning Esports have managed to equalize the round count on round 12, which can only mean one thing, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready to rumble? Overtime is here.
Reckoning Esports taking us to overtime here. Not letting Sanisha Esports walk away with that round. So, very close in fact. 6-6, a good maneuver from Reckoning Esports. I've got to give them that. They have to take the advantage of one thing that Sanisha Esports lacked, is that they were being a little bit stagnant in the attacking side. So Reckoning Esports just decided to happen to push the back side of the site, as I like to call it, from the side of bathrooms and terrace. They made that execute perfectly done. They got the breach done in time as well. So looks like we're going into OT, and you know how overtimes bring out the best of the teams, and more than that, it does happen to be went through rounds, and that's been the case so far. Both these teams bringing out some amazing play. Stands to see who's going to take this overtime away from this, and the real question now stands is, will we see maximum overtime to top things off on day 1 for Division 1? On Season 3, Season 3 has definitely surprised me. Division 3, Division 2, and how today is on a personal level, once again, as I happen to just emphasize the fact that I'm having such an amazing time watching all of these teams play. It's best of the best that we're getting to witness, and in fact, tonight, Sanisha Esports and Reckoning Esports proving exactly that statement. Overtime will be up and running on this matchup here. I'll still be seeing some prep done from the side of defense. Dark Lord once again holding all by lonesome on the side of CCTV. And the push from the side of Reckoning Esports looks like, once again, the way the setup is, it's on the side of East. That means the office push is underway from the attackers. Dark Lord still holding very strong, but Aniket will find the frag a very early one, and that is Hutji taken off the board. Your smoke has taken the floor with you. That essentially is the round-winning frag that Aniket has already got in. So, the Sanisha Esports already starting to crumple down a little bit. Definitely lost his smoke. Now, Flame has lost a lot of HP as well. That is not going to give him enough advantage into taking a gunfight. Looks like Aniket is going to come with the standard nade spot for himself on the dome, and yeah, Wingman will be the one to take the fall, but there's enough ADSs to worry about. There's 2 of them there. That means 4 sets of stuns will get used. Aniket prepping up for this, but meanwhile, Black is going to get Wingman away. Aniket doesn't even need to go for this nade play. That is all the while more room for the attackers to work with. We'll be seeing Flame, Dark Lord, and Dash is all that's left side. Sanisha Esports has suddenly they've lost the composure that they had for these last few rounds as Reckoning Esports, or they've just read into what Sonisha is doing, and they are countering that right then in its tracks. Flamelip still having himself some nice intel being operated with the Valkyrie camps. And the push is happening, the Legion mines are being spotted out as well. We do see them here up there made in the fair distance. We'll still be seeing us walk into this place. Srisha is gonna go for the plan any moment now. Flamelip is ready with the C4. C4 play comes in, but that's not been played. It's gonna get this here to clean that life, and another drop frag drops up from Vortex. It's all on a 4, it's all on 2 down, but Aniket will frag them out. Frag them all out, in fact. Reckoning Esports get themselves a flawless round today. At least in this round. All right, the walk bang from Aniket are really nice, really interesting. I'm going to check his mouse file after this. I'm just kidding. A really good play by him, and that brings us to overtime match point in the favor of Reckoning Esports, 6-7. Blackjack, thoughts?
Oh, this game is just... It keeps getting better and better, doesn't it? 7-6 is the match point, overtime match point right now. On the side of Reckoning Esports, they stand one round away from winning it all, while San Asia Esports, they definitely want to win this round to keep themselves alive. Rats is going to go for the 6th pick out of the Bandit into the Alibi, and looks like we might just have actually, we do have a hold on customs inspection for overtime match point on round 14. This is certainly an interesting site to choose in this situation, but again, Reckoning Esports have surprised me before with unorthodox site picks and or operator picks, so I'm not really going to question them on this, and I'm pretty sure Foxy here would have a pretty good explanation if I were to ask. I'll save that for later, and right now, we have to focus on the match at hand, because overtime match point, I don't think we really need a particular explanation of anything just yet. We're going to be moving into action phase really quickly as Blank has just prepared this door of tellers right there with a goo mine. That is, of course, because he's playing the Legion. And there we go. He's going to have one on the main door. No, he's actually spawn peeking out of here from underneath the car as well. He's trying to see if he can find anything, but sadly, no, not today for the Legion. Unfortunate for him, but it just wasn't his lucky moment. Dash has already made his way towards the main wall of, customs inspections, and it's going to be droning it out. Wingman will be as well, and of course Flame Blame covering the main door for the time being, but there may yet be a potential run up from the top floor. The breaking window, the breaking barricade has been heard from the other attackers, and they have alerted their friends to go into better cover, and it looks like it is Rats up here with the bailiff breaking a bit of the floor as well with help from Srisha from below, as a EMP comes out from the Thatcher outside of supply room. Rats just making more vertical lines aside with the bailiff, excuse me, as Vortex is here to support the Alibi, and Aniket with a bullet hole peek once again. And there you go, Dark Lord, the Blackbeard, is actually looking at where the Jaeger is right now. Just a little ways off, but that particular breach in the wall is suspicious enough to warrant holding that down. But no, he's actually going to be taken out by Rats. What a shot from the Alibi to take down the Blackbeard, and woo-hoo-hoo! That is a play and a half indeed from Rats. Blackbeard is down, Dark Lord is off the board, and that's a very, very big kill. Blank is going to find Hulky as well. That's another huge kill, and San Asia Esports are looking a little worse for wear right now. They can still pull this off, but they have to be about their wits 100% to do it. With 3 members left, Dash, Wingman, and Flame Blame, will they be able to make something out of this, or will we see Reckoning Esports run away with this game finally after trying so hard for so long? We've got Srisha holding the long angle onto the detention room right there from inside of the small office of customs inspection, and Rats holding down supply room window, I believe that is, through the vertical angle we saw him establish just a few minutes ago. Aniket's here with the bulletproof angle, holding down the balcony, giving cover to Rats for that matter, as a Flame Blame takes a bit of damage. I believe that is Blank, and there you go, Blank is going to find him actually. Flame Blame goes down, makes it a 2v5, and it's all down to Dash and Wingman. Wingman is in passport check right now, and Dash inside of Tellers. Both of them have, I'm pretty sure, it looks like they have no idea where to go. And there you go, Dash has been downed, but the Legion is going to be downed as well. Both of those players are down, but Wingman on a solo mission right now. No time on his hand. He's going to find the dog, but he'll be taken out as well by Vortex. Blank gets the kill on the Dash. And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Your winners for the border match, the fourth match of day one of Division 1 in Season 3 are Reckoning Esports. They take border 8-6. Oh, what a match indeed from the side of both of these teams. The first overtime for Division 1 on the very first day as well. What a match, and what a match day we've had from all of our teams. For a quick refresher for all of our viewers, earlier in the afternoon, we had the match between Deimos Force and Mercenaries on Coastline. Deimos Force took that 7-3. The match between Level 0 and Never Diamonds on Cafe Dostoevsky, Level 0 took that 7-5. Later on towards the evening, we had the match between Union Gaming and E-Samurai Esports. Union Gaming took that 75 on Coastline once again. And finally, of course, the match that we just saw on border, Reckoning Esports versus Sanisha Esports. Reckoning Esports taking the match 8-6. Well played to them, well played to Sanisha Esports, and well played to all of the teams that have played in the Division 1 matches today. But that is going to do it for day one of Division 1, and from the both of us, Blackjack and Foxtrot, for the first day of Division 1 in Season 3. We are, of course, going to be seeing you tomorrow with even more Division 1 plays coming up. It should be very exciting indeed. I'm expecting a couple more overtimes at least, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. For now, it's going to have to be that we are signing out, and we will come in with more Siege action tomorrow. Stay tuned, and good night.
The moment of creation is a form of magic, where an off becomes an on, a 0 becomes a 1, then another, and another, until, deep in the complexity, you discover order, speed, reliability, power. Experience the WD Black NVMe SSD. Fueled by darkness. Level up to NVMe SSD performance.
Numerous forces aimed at the Earth. Let the glorious battle begin. Geared up for victory. LG Ultragear Gaming Monitor.